Good morning, early Friday morning. Time for another Legions Lair. Yeah, rock and roll and see who ends up showing up. Oh man, Rob ain't quite here yet, but no hard feelings. He carries the torch for me when I'm late often. Hope everyone's having a good day. Hope everyone's having a good start to their weekend. I am. Brand new episode of Peacemaker last night. It was something. It was something. I absolutely loved it. Confirmed a lot of things that everybody already knew, and they did it in a really spectacular way. Hilarious episode, heartfelt where it needed to be. And it was wild. It was absolutely wild. This season is going to end on a massive high note, it looks like. I don't think anyone's safe at this point, but I feel like it's just pedal to the metal from here to the end. Get this pulled up. Boo. This is what I want. Before we get rocking and rolling, I want to show this to people. So I got this shirt that showed up yesterday in the mail. This shirt right here. We'll look at it on the website here, but it's from this online t-shirt merch store called Failure Force. It's actually owned and operated, ran by one of our buddies here in the community. It's not raining here yet, Sledge. It looks like we got a little sprinkle, but it's coming. Nothing wakes you up better than running in the rain. I'd imagine so. That's how I felt yesterday. I went to go reload on kennel supplies while I was in the store. The bottom dropped out. It was like a crowd of people just standing in the entrance to the store waiting on it to stop. And I just rolled on out and enjoyed walking through it. Just enjoyed walking through it. Simon's a t-shirt guy.
You look lonely.
Oh no!
I even stopped my special viewing just to.
What is a special viewing? Oh, Superman.
Yeah, finally watching it.
This your first time watching it?
First time watching it.
Better late than never. Gotta check out this Failure Force website. You're familiar with Failure Force, right, Simon?
Yeah, T-dubs.
Taylor Winder's shop. He's running a sale right now. But he's got some really, really funny shirts, man. I got one in yesterday that I ordered it. It shipped the very next day and it showed up. But these are some really funny t-shirts, and it helps out a member of the community, and you kind of can rock with it. But this is the kind of stuff you'd expect to see. A slow death, and it's a sloth, a skeleton. They're just funny. They make you kind of smile.
That's his kind of dark humor.
Yeah, like this one's great. Like, look, you got the tinfoil hat. I like these kind of shirts where you can look at this and you can interpret it however you want. You could be making fun of conspiracy theorists. You can be leaning into the conspiracy theorists. Either way. But he's running a sale right now. You get like a big 15% discount. Where's the one that I got? I don't even know if the one that I got. Yeah, I don't see the one I got. He had to send me a direct link to it. I thought this is hilarious. AI slop made with AI. I encourage everyone to go check out Failure Force. It's got some cool stuff on it.
I see he's got the old school 6.0 up there as well, which is a good old throwback.
I really feel like this is what launched Taylor Winder down his t-shirt journey.
Yeah, I never got one of the original ones.
Yeah, neither did I. But I remember, like maybe 3 years ago at Heroes Con, I know that Jim wore one of the OG It's Fine shirts. Like he just do them with they just look like the CG label. It wouldn't have that little goo look to it or whatever that is.
Yeah,
And he had
he's added a little extra touch to it.
Yeah, it's got like a Halloween edition or something.
Mm.
But he did a couple of different ones, different grades with different sayings on it.
Mm.
But that's the one that launched him. But Failure Force t-shirts. I'll take you to the website. It's really cool stuff.
Nice. Very nice.
What are you thinking of Superman so far?
It's
a whole different tone than.
Yeah, it's totally different from what I thought it would be. Like, I know, like, I've heard, like, all you guys talk about it and stuff like that, and always I like to make my own judgments. I don't give a shit what anybody else says. Like, I still listen to other people, but I still always want to make my own decision. So I'm literally halfway through it, and mixed reactions so far. Some stuff's cool, some stuff's like, that's not really Superman. It's like, yeah, it's definitely a different take. It's definitely a different take, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's how I felt. Like the intro was interesting with it, like how they decided to start the movie off just kind of like rolling in the middle of an event, like halfway through a fight kind of thing, having to go recharge in the middle of a fight. But just I think the best word for it would be clumsiness of the intro. And I don't mean like from a directing standpoint or anything like that, but just how you literally fall into the start of the movie, and then like he's tripping to get back out the door with the dog biting at his ankles and stuff. It's just it's very jarring for a character like Superman, for me at least. I'm a Superman guy, and he's a very stoic, very mature, very kind of like you look up to kind of character, and to see him kind of I don't want to say a buffoon, because he's definitely not a buffoon, but he's a little bumbling as Superman.
Bit bumbling, a bit. You don't see Superman get annoyed or irritated, and in this, he almost seems like a teenager trying to get through life or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
what
that's
it is.
Yeah, I said he lacks stoicism. Like you pointed out with the. I'm assuming you're talking about like the interview scene with him and Lois.
Yeah, he's like, that's not the. Then I'm like, dude, he's supposed to be just, I'm Superman. I'm here to save.
The script isn't the problem. I don't want to say problem. The script isn't what was different or off. It was the execution. Like he wouldn't be like that. And I mean, they made it clear he is more human than alien. That's always the case. That's never not the case. The problem is, even when he's human, he's the best of us. Despite the fact that he's an alien, he's still the best of us, more human than all of us. And this Superman was very emotional, which I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I don't think it's necessarily a good thing. It's just what kind of makes your brake slam when you're watching it. I think Superman is always more. I can't think of a time when he's not more human than alien. That's like a starting point for all of it, really.
It's literally the powers are alien. Everything else feels human.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what it feels like.
Yeah, the old tagline is not "You'll believe an alien can fly." It's "You'll believe a man can fly."
And just little other things are sort of, maybe, I don't know whether it was just me, but like Mark Kent, like the accent was ridiculously overdone.
Yes.
That was
like, Clark.
Oh, that was way too much. Like, that was like, am I imagining this? Is she over accentuating that accent? Like, that is just ridiculous. But
yeah, so Steve Burke, he's in Kansas. He said when he saw the movie, like the people in his immediate, they said that it was they were taken back by that. They're like, is this supposed to be like offensive toward us? Is this supposed to be denigrating? Like, how are we supposed to take this? Because this is your version of us. people out here in Kansas, out in the sticks, this is how you think we are?
It's to an Australian, it sounded like a very bad take on a really deep Southern accent that's hard for like us to understand, but it sounded like extra put on at the same time. It was just, yeah, it's
laid on. It's laid on thick. It's laid on real thick.
But Parkent was fine.
No, what's the silver thing, Sledge? Sledge says, "What you think about this new surfer thing? What's the new surfer thing?"
I have no idea, but if he's obviously, I'm still catching up. I still haven't watched Fantastic Four yet, so if that's what you're referring to, I still don't know yet.
Unless there's something newer than the
movie thing, which there most likely is. But
it's the same case as why people didn't understand John Walker as Captain America. He wasn't the choir boy. Rogers is supposed to be the embodiment of American values, and Walker wasn't.
No, just like in the comics, it was short-lived as well. So,
flawed character.
Yeah. The other thing I didn't know Bradley Cooper was playing Jor-El.
Yeah, I think
obviously very quick, but
that came out really, really late in like right before it was released. That came out, and I don't think it was like released as an official announcement. It was just like people found out kind of thing. Check out Death of the Silver Surfer #4. Fill us in, homie. What's going on? Death of the Silver Surfer #4.
I know that is a mini series that's going on at the moment.
Yeah.
So Peacemaker.
Did you watch the new episode? Oh, I forget, man. You're like you're in there now. You're part of the discussion.
We had, and today was a public holiday as well for us, so we had the day off. And
what is that? It was you public holiday.
It's a day off work.
Okay.
So yeah, got a day off work, and I rearranged a lot of stuff and moved a lot of stuff, and then was like, nah, I need to lie down and rest. And so I'm like, oh, I need to watch Peacemaker because that's out now.
So it was the episode was super short at 38 minutes with credits. Other than that, I ain't got nothing negative to say about it.
And all I can say is at the end is like mic drop. Like, okay, now we know what without giving too much away, what's wrong with this universe. So, this Agent Kelly.
I see where this is going. I'm scrolling through Silver Surfer #4, and I see where this is going.
Bit of a couple.
They updated the comics, it looks like, to kill off Norrin and make a girl surfer.
Again. Leave Norrin alone. He's my surfer, and he'll always will be.
Oh, no. Well, now he's dead. There's your new surfer. No nipples, but there she is. Yes. Surfer gets blasted. Boom. He gets blasted, and that somehow does him dirty. So she's sitting here with her mom dying, and he reaches out and hits her with the finger in the back. Finger from behind. And boom. The humans killed her. Looks like Surfer's mad. To be concluded. Agent Kelly is the new surfer. It has caused a bit of kerfluffle. I miss the kerfluffle. I'm sorry for anybody that is kerfluffed by this. Marvel kerfluffed me long ago, so I've been able to be unkerfluffed by it in recent years by just fully disengaging with it.
You're like, oh, so and so died, or this happened. You're like, okay,
good for them. Good for them. Oh, Silver Surfer's a girl now. Shocked. Shocker. Good for them. That's how it goes.
I'm sort of, and that's what, you know, like I've been saying for years. That's why I'm sort of glad I'm not a reader anymore. I do miss it a lot, but I still have the love for the medium, and I still love collecting and buying and hunting and all that sort of stuff. It's just, yeah, like if I was to go back now and read everything that I haven't read that I own, I would need like another decade to catch up.
Yeah, it can be a struggle to keep just to keep up with like current events as they come out.
Mm.
You know, there is a piece of why I don't collect Marvel, in just that alone, just the amount of stuff that comes out that I'm interested in versus the amount of time I have to keep up with everything. You know, there's no matter how much people talk trash about comic books on YouTube, they're really only talking about such a small percentage of them each week. You know, you got over 50 different titles that come out every single week, and you might have one or two that people are up in arms about. You know, that's a ridiculously small percentage. If you don't want drama, if you don't want to be upset about stupid decisions that these companies make, it's super easy to avoid every bit of that and just be excited for what you like. Go buy and support creators that you enjoy and have a blast reading comics just like you did 30, 20 years ago. It ain't no different.
Yeah.
Easy to miss the drama. This week alone, man, we got a brand new Phantom series. You know, I got a new issue of Dick Tracy over here to read. You got a stack of just phenomenal DC stuff. Anybody that is aware of this Silver Surfer kerfluffle, have any of y'all read this week's Superman issue that is just an absolute mic drop, hands in the air issue of comic books? You know what I mean? That's the counterbalance people should check themselves on. Like, you're aware of this bullshit, but are you aware of this
Good
exceptional moment that just took place that any and everybody who read this will be talking about? Like, I already had people messaging me like, dude, yeah, that's a good point. Let me pull up this. Like, I get messages from people, you know, that read, and without putting people's like name on blast, but yesterday at 1:04 in the afternoon, just read Justice League and Superman. Dude, I feel bad for all the people that don't read DC. I have no clue. They have no clue what they're missing out on. This shit is fire. Superboy had me fooled, and I was like, oh, like I'm telling you, like it's so easy to read exceptional books.
Louis!
But there's a lot of them like that right now. In between, just to keep up with DC, and then the Ghost Machine titles, the Inner John titles, the Hanna-Barbera books, there's no reason to waste $1 or a minute on books that aren't worth my time as I see it.
And I think, like, for me, it's only buying modern books is to keep up runs. Like, that's literally what it is. Like, obviously everybody knows me and my ASM run. And there's a few other characters and books and stuff I like to collect, and sometimes it's just okay, that's a new series. I might eventually want to read it if I ever get back to it or whatever. I'll just buy it because I like the characters, and I always try and find some kind of shining light. I'll say that about everything. Everybody can always focus on the negative, but it's like I know like people's views on recent Disney stuff, recent MCU stuff, and all that sort of stuff. And most
they all still like it, right? Everyone still likes it.
That's what I mean. Like, I go in there and I'm like, I have a love. What's going on, Steve? I have a love for the characters, and I try and find some kind of, even if it's like 1 minute out of an hour and a half movie, I try and look for that 1 minute, just some kind of shining light in a shitstorm.
Yeah,
and that's enough to make me go, it was all right, but it could have been better. But I enjoyed this bit. You know, always try and look for that.
Yeah, and that's dude. I point that out all the time. You know, I enjoy movies like as an industry, like going to the theater and watching them, the behind the scenes stuff, the production journey stuff goes on, the financial aspect. It's fun to me. Every aspect of it is fun to me, and I say it all the time. I look at movies two different ways. Like I look at them critically, and I look at them from just a random bias, personal enjoyment level. You can easily start with the critical. Do I think that this was critically a good film or a bad film? And that has no bearing whatsoever on if you enjoyed it or not, or if you'll rewatch it or not. And I always go to the same example. Sharknado is objectively a bad movie. There's nothing good about it. It doesn't have dynamic, engaging script. The acting is like volunteer local theater level performances. The special effects are bad. The concept is goofy. Nothing about it is critically good, but they knew that at the beginning, and that wasn't their goal. And they create something that you can have fun enjoying something bad. It's like the difference between having like a Michelin chef make you a gourmet burger that'll, like, you take a bite, it'll make you close your eyes and just hum because it tastes so good, versus just grilling a burger in your backyard. That one in your backyard is still enjoyable, but it's not comparable. The ingredients aren't the same. The quality of them is different. And that's okay. You can enjoy bad stuff, but it throws me off how a lot of people aren't capable of that distinction. They watch something like, well, I had fun, so it's good. I'm like, no, you had fun and it's good is a different thing. And it's like there's a lot of people that get offended by the thought that if they had fun with the movie, other people can't say it's bad, or they're grifting, or there's trash talking or whatever. I just had it at Red Robin. Yum. It's in the name of the building. Red Robin Gourmet Burgers. That's where me and the wife met. The restaurant Red Robin. But yeah, see, he's on a Edgar Rice Burroughs kick. That's good stuff. I went down the Edgar Rice Burroughs rabbit hole years ago, over a decade ago. One of the things that Pops got me for my birthday over a decade ago, I think it was a second edition Princess of Mars. It wasn't a first edition, but yeah, I've got all the Barsoom stuff. And then all, like, they did expanded universe stuff as well over the years, just additional stories and stuff. I got an entire tote full of nothing but John Carter books. What's going on, Aaron?
But yeah, going into like what you were saying, it's like I've had this discussion with Matt, quite a few times. When
Matt gets mad at me.
He does his good cinema and his bad cinema, and I'm like I know the reasoning behind him doing those two distinctions, but I'm loving more of the bad cinema ones he does more than the good cinema ones, because he does like a lot of the same sort of stuff that I like. Like he just did Enter the Ninja, and I love that old 80s sort of, low budget ninja movie stuff. And
I was messing with Matt for a while, for about a good week, because he put Bloodsport in the bad cinema movie, and I'm like, it's got like a almost 80% fan review score. It made like 5 times its budget back in cinema. Like I was picking with him. I love
morning, Rob.
Yeah. I should never sleep in my bed on Thursdays.
You should do it more often.
Every day I sleep in my bed on Thursday nights before this show. I'm late.
What's going on, Jay?
That's what I get for thinking, oh man, I'm super tired. Let me go sleep comfortably in my bed instead of being uncomfortable in this recliner all night long, but I'll be up on time.
I just assumed that, what's going on, Brian? I just assume you have a seatbelt, Rob, and like you just, when it gets too late at night, you just buckle up right where you're at. Just a lap belt, not even shoulder, just a lap belt. That way you don't fall.
No, I usually on Thursday nights I sleep in my recliner, but that way it's easier for me to get up and go. I'm in bed and it's like I won't even wake up. My alarm will go off and I'll reach up. Like today when I realized I was late, my cell phone was in my hand in bed. I was laying, I'm laying in bed asleep. I at some point had grabbed my cell phone and turned it off and was holding it, but never got out of. It's like I never wake up enough to get out of bed. Versus my recliner, I'll wake up and I'll
Yes, kick it back in and get up and over to the computer.
I gotta stop trying to be comfortable and be here for Mark.
Yeah, I only ask for your help one time a week, and you let me down.
Well, welcome to the world.
I knew it was a good thing I woke up on time today.
Yeah. Otherwise, the poor audience would be sitting here waiting.
Yeah.
What will they do?
No, I wanted to plug Failure Force, run a little. Let everyone know that T-Dubs is running a sale on his T-shirt site right now.
That's right.
Sharknado was hilarious. Good morning. Good morning. Did you get a chance last night to watch Peacemaker, Rob?
Of course.
I like how this is the shift in the zeitgeist of Friday mornings is amazing. Spidey's watching it. He has access to Max now. He's watching it in real time. Rob is not only like streamed up, he's watching a show in real time, because we went for 2 years straight where every Friday I would say, Rob, did you watch Fill in the Blank? He's like, I'll get to it. It's in the rotation. I got to finish this show, then I'll activate that. But
certain shows are like that.
Is, of course.
Certain shows are still going to be like that, but this happens to be a show that's a little bit different. And
it's unique,
matter of fact, I realized that I was kind of like preparing, unconsciously preparing for this week's episode.
Let's go.
In that I had, in the past week or so, I had sit down and I had watched some dystopia DC. And I had, as you know, I had watched Red Sun. I talked about that.
Yeah.
Then the other night, I caught myself like, we watch Injustice. And
yes. DC Rob, I'm turning all of you.
Which I was not.
No.
DC Injustice. Now, I read that series and I loved that series. I will say I was like at certain points, this is great. How great this is following it, and then all of a sudden, how much of a shift it suddenly took almost instantly, and I was like, oh well, I guess we couldn't do it all. So rather than do multiple movies, let's just all of a sudden end it here.
That's awesome. You got to check out the Flashpoint Paradox when you get.
I think I've seen that one.
Oh man, it's so freaking good.
That's the one with Thomas Wayne, right?
Yeah, that story
and the alternate future.
The Flash movie was such a letdown, because like, how are you going to pretend like you're going to adopt this and then give us this? Like,
right.
One of these things is not like the other, and there's only 2 things to choose from. So this is shit.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, the Injustice movie, the biggest thing with it in my mind was just the fact that you have none of the stuff with the magic users, none of the stuff with Bruce being on the shelf and the underground movement, and none of the, you never got to see Superman with a yellow ring. Because Superman with a yellow ring in frickin'
Injustice
in the comic was like, Snapdragon.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if you've ever read Deceased. At this point, I would definitely recommend.
I've stayed away from Deceased and Marvel Zombies. Those are not.
Well, I feel you on that. The first volume of Marvel Zombies was good. I read that one as it came out. I don't think I went beyond that. It was fun. It felt like it's very gimmicky and intentionally gimmicky, but it still delivers some really cool, like, that's awesome moments where they played with like Marvel lore really well. Deceased is not that. Like, admittedly, Deceased is a gimmick in itself, just like fundamentally.
That's the vampire one, right?
No, that's DC versus Vampires. Deceased is the, how Darkseid, his whole goal is to get the anti-life equation and just run it through the universe so everybody is like without free will, subservient to him. The universe is his kind of thing. The anti-life equation is corrupted, and that's what causes Like I know it's supposed to be playing on like the hype of zombies back then, you know, when they started to see how zombies were so big, but they're not zombies in that sense. They're corrupted by anti-life. But what Deceased does that other ones of these gimmicky kind of things have never done is the depth of actual story. Like, yeah, very character driven, very like it's super emotional. Like it hits on every single level. And by volume, God, because they would do a volume and then, you know, a year or two would go by and you get a second volume, just like mini series, you know. But it gets to the point where Darkseid has like a yellow ring and Supergirl's corrupted next to him. You're like, how the hell do you do anything with this? The story gets cosmic in scale by the final volume, which is called War of the Undead Gods, I think, because the new gods, the story goes beyond Earth. Like you lose Earth in the first volume, and I won't tell you like what happens from there. But by the end of it, it's gotten so big and vast through the universe that it's a new god story at this point. It's back to where it began with, you know, Apocalypse and New Genesis. It is amazing. Highly recommend it. Like grabbing the trade paperback or the hardback, whatever, giving it a read, or just like download the app, get the app for 1 month. Happen. Well, for those that are in the comment that might be thinking about it, you can download the app. You can download the app for 1 month and read all of Deceased, and that paid for over a year's worth subscription to it. Like considering how much it would cost to buy the hardback or the floppies, if you just read a couple of volumes of Deceased, that justifies a year subscription to the app. It's crazy how much value is in like reading apps because the price is so low for how much you get.
Oh, groovy. What did I...
Some of the offshoot stories and multiverse branches are ridiculous, but a lot of them are good because the produce them just knew how to do it. Yeah, Tom Taylor wrote Injustice. The same guy who did Injustice did Deceased. Like his best work, hands down, is in these Elseworld style stories that he does.
Yeah, he lives about half an hour drive from me.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff. We watched some cartoon on Netflix that he I don't know if he writes it, but he produces it. It's like about these.
That's interesting. Mark's only half an hour drive from me.
Hashtag
after 6 hours flying and
there's a really
there's the loophole.
YouTube. I don't do those, man, and I don't. And I think we were talking about this last week or the week before. If no one's ever read Deceased, don't ever click on one of those videos and ruin it, because it will ruin the story. If you have no intention on ever reading it and you're just curious and that's as far as you'll ever go, sure. But if you're going to read the book, don't ever click on one of those YouTube videos spotlighting a story. It will absolutely take the piss out of the moments in the book, and it has moments you'll drop the book when you're reading, like, oh shit.
I wish I could remember the channel. I keep stumbling across it, forgetting to bookmark it and stuff. There's a channel that like takes various books, whatever, and they'll tell the story. They'll read the story, but then they animate it a little bit with like the still images right from thing. Because I've seen like some stuff with Magnus Robot Fighter, old gold key Robot Fighter, where they're like just basically going through the stories, and they're like just it's like really, it's really, I don't know, it's hard to describe it. It's just, goddamn, why are you bringing it up, Rob, if you don't know what channel it is or anything else? Well, I don't know, Rob. I'm an idiot. What can I say? I want to tell people ambiguously about something cool, but they can't act on it because I'm a fucking dork. I don't know.
It'll come to you later.
No, I've never.
What's really cool about those old Magnus Gold Key books, if you like, if you go back through and you read them in those fight scenes, if you look close enough, you might have to get a magnifying glass, but you look close enough, his grapes are hanging out the bottom of his tunic in some of those panels.
Oh, goodness gracious!
Well, says I'm lurking here for a bit. FYI, there's a new Comics video that just dropped. Watching it right now. Nice. Is it Brandon's video? I know a lot of people are helping put some stuff up on his channel while he was in the reconstruction phase of life. Make dams for electronic purposes. That they do. Hydro-powered electricity.
Isn't that fake?
So Rob, what did you said? You said of course when I asked if you watched Peacemaker.
Well, but it's especially, of course, if I take the time to sit there and be on with you on Thursday night to leading up to it, to not then watch it that evening and be here for Friday morning would be
weird, right?
It would be just trolling you at that point.
That's awesome. There's like 10 that LOL sound like Comics Explained though. Do you know what's crazy? I've never watched a single Comics Explained or comic history video. I'm familiar with the channel after hearing people talk about it. I think a couple years back, but I never understood because I know we talked about it on this channel. It might have been me and Paul on I thought it was us, like how I saw in a comment section that I was in talking to people, and it was on a Wednesday, the day that a book came out, and someone said something in the comments, and he said, "Nuh-uh, it's this, not that. I saw it on the Comics Explained or Comics History video, and it was wrong." I'm like, that's not. I'm like, dude, y'all should stop watching those videos and just read the book. Like it's 28 pages. Just read the book. But those videos are not only reducing sales and not helping out the industry, it's just you're getting secondhand information. I know they're showing you pictures, but they're still adding their interpretation of things, and I don't know. It's just the whole concept to me is goofy. That's like I'm gonna go to a baseball game, but I'm gonna sit facing away from the game and just have somebody else who's watching it tell me what's happening. It doesn't make sense.
Interesting. I don't know. Yeah, I don't. This is definitely not the channel. I'm looking at Comics Explained right now. I don't think I've ever seen this channel before. I might have seen a video pop up, which is interesting considering they got 2.59 million subscribers. Which is how do you get that many million subscribers on comic book stuff?
It's pretty easy. You create an environment where people no longer have to financially or with any effort participate in a hobby that they have some interest in. So people that have a lot of interest in it, which are less than the rest, probably aren't as frequent with that channel. But people that are curious or people that see the movies or this or that but want to know more or have thought that's a wide audience you're accessing there. Yeah. I say those channels are great because they act as an access point for potential readers. Yeah, but man, that's a good argument. Like, for sure, it gets people curious about it. But how far?
As long as they're not bashing comics, I think it becomes a good channel for comics in general. But
it's more informative than it's good in my book.
Those channels obviously have more subscribers than the usual suspects in the rage baiter community that just pick a topic, pick a book just to trash for the week. So I mean, there is that little bit of evidence, but I mean, I guess I just like to see people participate in the hobby, and I guess that is a form of participating in the hobby. But
I still just don't even see how 2.59 million is a.
It makes wiki warriors out of people, like where people it's like, oh, let me just go Google this and pretend like I know stuff and argue in chats. I'm like, go read the book.
I mean, obviously at that point, I mean, I got them at that many subscribers. If you're putting out content, you've got, that becomes a job.
Sledge, I looked last night, and as of last night, there was nothing on the projection that were like I didn't look at like the path of the storm. I just looked at the weather forecast and what it was saying for Monday, Tuesday. It just looked like regular old thunderstorm and like 9 to 10 mile per hour winds. But I haven't seen any of the models or anything like that.
How could you?
I can fill them up though.
Never required Noah. Hey, Mad Spidey, good to see you, sir.
Yeah, I noticed Mark was alone, and I was like, as I said to him, I'm literally in the middle of watching Superman for the first time. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, where's Rob?
I can take
I'm
a
like,
break.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll keep Mark company for a little while. So
Appreciate that. Superman wasn't going anywhere.
no, exactly. I'm literally at the halfway point. I'm like, I turned and I went, oh, okay, there's like an hour and 5 minutes, and it's like a 2 hour and 10 minute movie. So it's literally a perfect intermission point. But yeah, mixed reactions so far, as I was saying to Mark.
So,
And,
but you've been watching Peacemaker already too?
yeah.
All right, so you kind of already know some elements of the end of Superman based on watching.
Yeah, that kind of, because I watched Peacemaker first, and now I'm watching Superman now, and I'm just like, that's kind of spoiled it a little bit,
Right.
But I'm still gonna watch it. I'm not one of those people like, oh, I can't watch it now because it's been spoiled for me. I always watch stuff for myself.
It definitely would make it where I could see if you didn't really think about it, but like if you haven't seen Superman, then some of the stuff that they're talking about, they made Peacemaker just assuming that you will have seen Superman.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's just stuff that you're just like, what are you talking about? And it just becomes. I think most of it you can move on without it, but there's just it just becomes a little more esoteric references as opposed to actual, in-depth understanding of, okay, this makes sense why they're paranoid about this or potentially paranoid about this or something.
Well, it's like the first episode when he went into the interview, and you got Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl there, and I'm just like, what the fuck are these guys doing here?
Right. Exactly. And now you're up to speed with the Justice Gang.
Oh yeah, that's every time they say Justice Gang, I'm like, that just sounds so wrong. It sounds like it's like a third person making fun of them, but they're saying it themselves. It's a bit almost fourth wall breaking in some aspects, but
That's right. After watching Peacemaker last night, I was like, okay, I was trying to figure out what to watch next, and I wasn't sure if I was going to go watch. I'm only like 3 or 4 episodes left on Resident Alien, which I will get around to finishing up here real quick. But for some reason, I was struck to watch an old episode of Firefly.
Oh.
And I'd watch it. So I was watching. I was like, man, Nathan Fillion is so young in that. now when you see it, and it's like, especially compared to what you're used to seeing him today with The Rookie and with as Guy Gardner, and you look at Nathan Fillion and Firefly, and you go, yeah, that show was a long time ago. Alan Tudyk too, because I've been watching him in Resident Alien, and I'm seeing him there. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I know. Circus. It is. It's such a great show. It's like I watch it all the time, and not all the time I say, but I keep it saved on my Hulu because I will periodically go back and watch an episode. So, like last night, I was watching Shindig, which is episode where Mal ends up having to have a sword fight he knows nothing of, but it's just.
Because it'd be an easy rewatch because it was only 2 seasons or 3 seasons.
One season. It was one season.
Oh, it was only 1 season.
Yeah.
Because I never watched it. It was just I just never got into
it. If you haven't seen it, it's worth it's a great show. The biggest problem that they had, there was a couple problems when it was on the air, and one of the biggest was though Fox started it off by showing the episodes out of order.
Oh, God.
They just wanted to jump right into action and stuff, and so all of a sudden people got, like episode 3 was the first episode shown, and it's like, okay, these guys are all like acting like they know each other stuff. You don't know who they are. You don't get the introductions of who they are. You're just instantly put in this, thing. So there was things that happened with the way that they did it and the way they moved it around different time slots during its time out there. It never got a chance to find its footing, but much later, obviously, found a huge footing. It's a great series. Definitely, where I recommend it. If
I know Beck loved it.
Add it to list. I mean, it's not a bad. You won't be sad. I mean, great little, kind of western in space. I mean, there's guys just wanting to, essentially just wanting to live on their own, out on the edge away from the centrist authority that's controlling the galaxy, and wants to continue to consolidate more power under themselves. And these guys that he fought against them, they lost. He recognizes that. Now he just wants to be left alone, and he wants to just do his thing, but keeps getting caught up in shit. And wackiness ensues. But anyways, back to Peacemaker. Now that Mark's here. Exciting. Great.
Waiting to hear what you think.
Oh, I didn't know that's what we were doing. You just kept starting to go down that path, and then we'd get sidetracked.
I would mention that,
asked a question.
I'll let you go where you want to go.
Oh, I want to go back to bed, but Silver Eagles, yeah, you're never going to see a reboot of Firefly, at least not with that cast or anything. But the comic book, there was some of the comic stuff was actually pretty good, extending the story beyond Serenity and then into the next generation and stuff.
All right, let's recap real quick. Pause about Peacemaker, but Serenity expanding the story. We'll get back.
I was responding to your guests. Sorry. To your guests, to your viewers. I'm desperate for more seasons. I need to get back to Expanse. I watched Expanse when it was on Sci-Fi, and once it moved over to Amazon, I just keep going like, oh, I can get to it whenever, and I haven't. But Expanse was super good too. In Firefly, the gun Captain Mal's when he first met was the Wayland logo on a Firefly, the future of the alien world. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, no, I mean, the Expanse sold it to me fairly early out of the gate, just when they first had the Belter and they were torturing him on Earth, and just subjecting him to using gravity to subject him to torture to get answers out of him. I was like, oh, damn, this fucking show is based in fucking some science fact to make it on top of it science fiction. I love that. It's so good. And of course, the way the ships move, all kinds of stuff. Oh man, it was awesome stuff. Anyways, all right, Peacemaker, got it. Yes, I enjoyed it. Obviously, we all based on discussions, a lot of people had their belief of where it was going, and it went where we believed it was going. It was kind of solidified.
Very solidified
as you're leading into it with Harcourt looking around when she's over in the other universe, just as they're driving around, just constantly looking around.
The other shoe dropped.
Yeah, and then of course, let's go for a walk. No, okay, I'm going to go for a walk on my own. You're like, oh. All right, now it's going to hit the fan here, obviously. All
right, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Let's go for a walk.
Let's go.
So glad I've stopped saying sight words and some of these napkins at
Anyways, the morning, Kyle.
Morning.
The
night, whatever.
It's morning here.
Yeah, I know.
Even for Mark, it's still morning.
Oh yeah.
But way to end that episode. I'm desperate for. Yeah, oh God, her just running for her life. Oh God, that's crazy.
And then the flag, of course. And
the biggest thing that just kept bugging me about that episode, though, in the back of my mind was and this is the type of stuff that I shouldn't be such a stickler for detail. But it was just gnawing at me. And by the way, as a side note, I love the fact that she has to sit there and go. And they made a point of explaining, it's hardcore. Not no. I thought it was hardcore. I thought it was hardcore. Yeah, a lot of people do.
Yeah, that whole scene was not too bloody.
Anyways, the fact that they go down to Vigilante's basement to open the portal, and the portal acts the way it was there, and Vigilante's basement's filled with all that
Dude,
stuff.
that was so funny. I saw that coming.
So
what the?
so
Al Capone's vault. Oh, I've heard
right.
about it. Haven't been.
Al Capone had way less stuff in it than
way less.
If they had found that stuff in Capone's vault, Geraldo would have had a different career.
You asked me to buy your food because you were broke. Yeah, I can't use this. This is all blood money. They're like, right.
They're all like shoving it down everybody.
Well, it's the cocaine exploding, and them all getting covered in this stuff, right? I was expecting them all now to be high as a fucking kite.
That's what I was expecting.
You were just aerated that shit.
They said there's none in your system. The hell there's not any in her system.
How the hell did you get that stuff all over you, aerated?
It absorbed through the skin.
Forget the skin. You're inhaling the air. Yeah. Everything else, you might be actually in danger of overdosing.
Yeah, everyone in there. I thought
except for Vigilante, who was fully covered.
Adrian was good, but and then when he's walking behind John, just wiping off his back casually as they're talking, he's like, "What are you doing?"
But then they go, "Oh yeah, the dog sniffs you, smells you, but now also you test clean." I don't even think that's.
Now,
did you take a shower somewhere?
They didn't say it, and I was waiting for them to say it. It didn't become a thing, but their compound makeup of that drug on that world could be different. Where their test, they should have done something like that, mentioned it or something.
I think that's still a plot hole, like a very minor one, obviously. Yeah,
I mean, come on, James Gunn. We know you understand how drugs work. Don't pretend like, oh, I didn't know that's how drugs worked, man. I thought it was like baking soda. It would just get all over everything, but not it. They wouldn't go through the skin. Nobody'd breathe the stuff. They all held their breath, I swear. And then until all the particulate matter fell out of the room and settled to the floor. Yeah, no, they would have think of how that episode would have been, Marcus, if like right out of the bat, all of a sudden like Harcourt and them start tripping balls, and then they and then wackiness ensues as they go as they're in the in between world, and they see the alien and stuff, but they encounter that alien high as a friggin' kite. Yes, that would be so good. Oh God.
Yeah, I think it was a big, and as Mark mentioned earlier, like it was only like a, what do you say, like a
Jay,
30,
which one is Tylenol?
32-minute episode or something. I think that was a missed opportunity,
right
there. Like even if they only explored it for like 5 minutes,
exactly.
it would have been enough. But yeah, missed opportunity. But,
yeah,
still a. It's going to be interesting to see where they go with the last 2 episodes. Is it 2 left? I think it's 2 left. But,
yep, exactly. I think it's just about getting. To be honest, they don't have to do anything other than just try to get everybody and get out.
Mm.
You don't need to try to solve that world. You don't need to try to do anything. It's just, can we get everybody and get out? Because now you've got you're not all together, right? And I'd be interested to see how Blue Devil's character, now that he knows that Peacemaker killed his son or whatever, and how
well, the next episode he will find that out, because he didn't actually.
No, he found out this episode. Yeah, he did.
I was just trying to think, because I thought that was in the recap. Well, sorry, the preview for the next episode.
No, because he came home and then he ends up taking the knife and sticking.
Oh, Economos. Yeah, that's right. That's right. He literally just spilled everything within about 30 seconds without taking a breath. Yeah. He's like, what the fuck? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But So then you got, obviously Vigilante. That was just retarded. The two of those guys. That
You can see it coming a mile away, though. It's like, I hate that guy, but then all of a sudden they just start talking like each other. I'm like, yeah, here it comes.
Everything. I think it would have been funny if you didn't see him until like after the fact, until after the reveal, and like instead of like being like all into super quirky, like facts about this or animal facts and stuff, like he's always going on, instead have that Adrian like freedom facts. And it's like, he's like, as the Sons of Liberty, and he's like, hey, you want to quiz me for facts about freedom? And like, just like going on about like, but let's see, the poor Batman got stabbed in the hand. A poor fat man got stabbed in the hand. Yep, it is true.
He's kind of Economos is a kind of you love to hate him sort of character. Like sometimes he's like, oh yeah, you did really well, and other times he just annoys you, and like he's just playing that. He plays that role quite well. But he is a love to hate type of character.
Yeah. He's full of dichotomies, or that was the wrong word. But he's full of contradictions. He's
contradictions. Yeah. Economos.
Oh.
He's a bit of a, like as I was saying to Rob, he's a bit of a love to hate type character.
Are you in? No, I'm not in, but I'm very susceptible to peer pressure.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. And just the whole, he's dead in this world. Like,
hilarious. Oh,
what the hell, man? Oh God.
All right. Yeah. So good episode.
Very good.
I definitely. It's a fun reveal. I mean, obviously, if with only 2 episodes left. I mean, we were just talking about it. It's like obviously the goal is just for them to get everybody out. So it's not really like we talked about. It's not really there's not really a big bad necessarily in here that you have to defeat. It's just an adventure that they went on and a learning experience that, hey, they all get to learn a little bit more about themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think next episode will be getting out, and then the last episode will be the fallout with Senior for the last episode. I think that's probably how they'll work it.
I don't know. I see a battle. I think the next, like I shifted a little bit having seen this. I think the next episode will be them trying to get away. And I think while they're trying to get out, I think Argus is going to be going in because they got
just as they think that they're getting clear, then Argus comes in or something and blocks them.
I think Argus is coming in and not necessarily blocks them, but like independently comes in and realizes the situation on their own, and then it's just one of those unprompted team ups. Like we're going out there, and at that point you'll have the 11th Street gang, you'll have Argus, and they'll bring out the Sons of Liberty, which I'm still betting on. Rick Flag in this world is putting on a show. He's not really a bumbling buffoon, and he's with the Sons of Liberty. And at that point, you have Senior and Junior getting to see each other again. I think the confrontation with Rick Flag and Peacemaker, I think that's already come and gone. I don't think we're going to see another one of those. I think it's going to be an unintended team up. Is going to be what that'll
allow them at the end of the season just to be able to
go their separate ways.
I'll agree to disagree and kind of like, whatever.
Yeah. At this point, he got his physical frustration out on Peacemaker already. Now he just wants to put him away, and he's going to see the value in not having him put away. He's got too many people speaking for him. He's going to see what he does on this other world. Maybe Peacemaker gets his chance to save Rick Flag on this world in the big fight. Who knows? Who knows? But if they don't I don't think they're going to bring G.I. Robot at this point, because the commercial trailer, like pulled somebody else out of Belle Reve to take over there with him. They teased it. The orange jumpsuit, someone that Lex suggested for him.
Mm.
Did I miss something?
The commercial for the next episode at the end.
Oh, I didn't see a commercial for the next episode. I guess that's all. Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't show the person or anything like that. You just see like the arms and chains in the orange suit. So you're who Lex sent us. So when they're staging up to go track down the door, and it'll lead them over there.
Okay, I missed that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And that footage we've seen of like Peacemaker and Harcourt on the motorcycle kind of running from the law, that's clearly the next episode.
Mm.
No idea. We were talking about that yesterday.
Okay.
That's just a rumor circulating.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's got a lot of potential.
Or they'll do like what they did in the first season and just have like silhouettes of the, of some character or some hero or something, and they don't do jack shit.
Well, they all out had Jason Momoa, Aquaman, and Ezra Miller Flash. They did the silhouette of the whole team, but then they did the close-ups on those two.
Yeah.
Which those two still had films to be released. Films to be released. I don't like how whenever a character appears in the Peacemaker show, they're completely mischaracterized. Like that scene with Aquaman and Flash, they were sitting there like talking out of pocket, like FUs and this and that. It was on brand for a Peacemaker show, but these characters were acting out of character kind of thing. Like this isn't, you won't find them talking or acting like this in anything except this one show. That I didn't like that. And they kind of did the same thing with the character in this episode. Like this character doesn't talk like that. He doesn't use that profanity and kind of had him out of character. Y'all didn't catch that?
But that's kind of a James Gunn trait thing too. Put people out of their comfort zones or out of their
Who made the Superman movie? Who made the Superman movie though?
I haven't finished it yet, so I can't.
But you know who made it?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
There was even for a Superman movie, like I noticed there was an excessive amount of profanity in it with everyone saying shit all the time. It's a little out of place, guys. Little out of place. Seems a little forced. Yes, he was.
I feel like we should know. Okay, I was just watching the preview for episode 7.
Yeah.
I feel like we're supposed to know already. Like, is this going to be... Is this somebody from the past or of one of these DC movies already? Or is this like supposed to be somebody, just an introduction of a whole new character for that criminal? And I guess it could go either way. I'm trying to think who from the past that we've seen previously, like Suicide Squad or something, could this be? But
something's not right about
it. But the problem is, Suicide Squad of who we, at least of characters we've seen on.
I think it's going to be like something like KG Beast or something like that, just a muscle for them to have extra hands. I don't like, not literally KG Beast, but someone kind of that caliber.
What was wrong with Lex's leg? I thought he broke his arm in the movie.
I don't know. I'm only halfway through, so I don't know.
It could be prison. Yeah, well, as I'm looking at the image, it's a pretty big, pretty. There's definitely not much to him. I mean, all we get to see a neck, a chin, a neck, and then some forearms. It's not even. It's not so much that he's jacked for what you can see, but you can see that he's at least wide-shouldered, broad-shouldered individual. So, hey, Mark, do you know?
Burke says, let me read this. I do not read Tom King nor understand Tom King. Got you. Roger.
Was there something that we missed that explained his leg, or is it just arbitrarily? He's got a limp
Bro,
now.
he got arbitrarily beat the hell up at the end of the movie. This isn't long after the movie. That dude's still healing from the events of the movie. I don't remember.
But they were saying that he thought he broke his arm, not had something with his leg. That's
like
all.
the whole body was thrashed, his arm, everything. Like, I mean, that was just the way I guess they wanted to show his injury.
Yeah.
They could
There
have
goes the neighborhood.
What's up?
It was a quick, easy visual way to show that he was still
Recovering.
fair enough. That it wasn't long ago. I guess it's weird. You're not the one sleeping.
What?
His whole thing about a big scaly man.
Oh God.
Like, oh God.
With big was something with dragon skin. Like, is that supposed to be Killer Croc?
Yeah, I was like,
probably is. So how's everybody doing?
Good. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm chilling. I do good, you know. I do good. Just chilling today. I did, before you asked, yes, I did just finish seeing it.
Did you watch Peacemaker?
Oh, I thought you were talking about something else. No, yes. I just finished it. I just finished watching it now. And that was a great episode.
Yeah, haven't missed yet.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't missed yet.
Like, I can't even tell you which scene I like the most, but I do like
Which scene did
Vigilante.
you enjoy the most from this episode, Izzy?
It's hard. It's hard, bro. It's hard because there's some really good scenes. Like, I love the Vigilante reveal, which I think was fun to see, especially the way it ended up being that he has, you know, all the stuff you have in common, and then the one thing you don't have in common. And I'm not gonna lie, I think the chase at the end, I just love the way they visually did it. James Gunn did a chase that I was like, yep, that's exactly how I envisioned the chase.
This is a quick reminder. This is how bad the thrashing was. Like, over multiple desks.
Oh, come on. I haven't seen this bit yet.
You'll be
You
fine.
still haven't seen it?
he's halfway through the movie right now. He paused the movie. Literally was watching it, paused it halfway to hop on this stream.
Resume halfway.
Finish watching the movies.
Mark was on his own, so I came to keep him company.
I appreciate
Oh,
it.
isn't that sweet of you?
Yeah. So what Simon said is he blames Rob.
No, I would never do that.
But it's
Out loud.
What's up, Marcus? So how is she's gonna get away with it? Well, they're gonna. I'm pretty sure they're gonna arrest her, and you know, Chris and Hardcore is gonna save her. That's pretty much what's gonna happen. I feel bad for Economos, man.
I'm already impressed that she's outrunning all of those people.
Dude, when you gotta run, you gotta run.
She's not a little individual, and she's moving.
She's got a little bit of a motivation.
Yeah.
When you gotta run, you gotta run.
When Keith slams on brake, you know, the assumed superhero slams on brake and just starts honking his horn instead of like.
But I love the way they just scream it out, though. Like,
yeah, that was wild.
Like,
that was
but you
crazy.
The thing is, you saw it coming a mile away, right? Where you see her talking to Economos, and she's like, "Yeah, you need to take a walk," and he's like, "No, I'm gonna stay." I was like, "Oh she said
it's safer out there."
There's There's two reasons. There's two ways you could run that fast. One, when you're running for your life, or when you got to go to the bathroom.
Okay. Marcus said I would immediately tear a muscle.
I don't know if you're running that fast when you got to go to the bathroom. You might not. I think it's more you do a slower shuffle.
Yeah, that
You do
might
a zombie
you do
run,
the-
maybe.
you do the
Yeah, but
truffle
once you get to that one point that you got to move,
You're speed walking with your
I
butts
think
clenched.
Izzy's talking from experience.
unfortunately, I am.
That's a good point. Yeah, she isn't caught, and she hasn't had a knife to the hand. So far she's been accurate. So far she has not been proven wrong. The economist immediately spills the beans.
Yo, man, that's.
I'm from a different dimension. I'm here to come get Chris Peacemaker. He's not your son. He killed your
And
son.
then he almost
All
told
of
him
it.
like he killed him. Almost. He's like, I'm saying way too much.
Mhm.
You know which scene was fun? When Rick Flag tells when he tells I forget his name, when he tells Tim Meadows, I gotta think for a second, and Tim Meadows just sits down and is like, that part was funny.
Oh, yeah, that's a good comparison, Donovan. Yeah, it was like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. They're all just Dude, I was super duper hyped when Flag gets on the phone. He's like, contact Belle Reeve, tell him come in to talk to an inmate. I'm like, oh, who's it gonna be? And then when we got who it was, I'm like, okay, all right. I want
You was
new
disappointed?
characters. Oh yeah, I want new. Like, I'm not saying it was bad. I'm saying my expectations are up here for Charlton characters. All I want are new Charlton characters. Like, bring us a Charlton character already. Give us Ted Cord, Peter Cannon, Captain Adam. Give us something. Like, we're getting way too far into this show without having another edition.
But it could have been a Waller as well. You know, Waller, she's imprisoned now too, so it could have been Waller.
Is she?
I'm just saying we
She's
don't know
not,
what
man.
your whereabouts
She's
right now.
She's just had her moves blown up.
But it made sense for it to be who it ended up being.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And keep in mind, we got 2 more episodes, so I'm sure we'll have some more. Rob, I finished Wednesday as well.
Excellent. What'd you think?
And it was an interesting turn of events that I didn't see
I
coming.
finished that the weekend it came in.
Yeah,
I've
it
been
was very interesting about the whole thing reveal. It's like I didn't think about it until then.
Oh, then you stayed off the internet, which was good for you. Then.
Yeah, I actually stood. I
Because
don't get.
because that had been
spoilers. I don't
that
get
had
Wednesday
been a-
spoilers.
Yeah, that had been a long theorized. People from early on were noticing that.
Talking about the Earth X review?
No, we're talking about Wednesday right
Wednesday.
now. They were talking about that.
It's enjoyable.
You know, that Slurp wouldn't use the one arm. While he had a glove on, he was never using that arm and never used that hand. And the fact that the way that thing in the opening credits was coming out of the tree stump, the same that from which underneath he was buried and stuff. So those were all kind of like teases and stuff that in hindsight you go, oh yeah, bam. But yeah, no, it was still great. Fun.
Yeah, and I never put it together because I never paid attention to his hand. I never really did.
I never did either.
Yeah, it was never in my mind to even consider it because even though there was a story arc with Thing throughout the season that I just thought it was like a separate story arc. So
no, it was a little bit of fun of that, and I like the fact of taking Enid and making her an alpha. You know, it's like here's this little girl and that was kind of like timid and everything else, and it was, but no, in fact, you're a super powerful wolf in reality. So I think it's fun and a good. We know we get season 3, so season 3 is
we're actually going to get Fester from what I'm hearing.
Well, Fester, we'll get both. So there's an independent Fester spin-off show that's probably a 1 season, one and done thing that's been greenlit that they're working on. But season 3's of Wednesdays also in the works.
Yeah. Hope it's not too long because it's actually a fun show to watch.
It's like a lot of these Netflix shows. the amount of time in between. Like I understand with certain production things and all that sort of stuff, but just you end up having to go and rewatch like the last season to remember everything.
That's what's going to happen if you're gonna only put out 6 to 8 episode seasons and you're going to dump them all at once. People say, "Oh, I want them all at once," but then they get them all at once and they bitch and complain about the time it takes in between to go and write the stories, especially if after season 1 on some things where they don't necessarily know they're doing a season 2, right? So they depending on when the green light comes, so actually get the writers to write the stories, get those reviewed, get those edited, then get the production up and running, go shoot the footage, get all the footage together, start editing the stuff. All these things take time. And, whereas at least with a show that, if they take, even if it's only 8 episodes long, like Peacemaker, and they do 1 episode at a time, now that's 2 months.
But even so, though, man, old television was never like that. Old television it was seasonal by year.
Old television was 20 in the US was 24 to 26 episodes in a season, and there were 2 seasons a year. Because you had your spring season and your fall season, and so those guys, that was a lot of episodes. Actually, no, I guess technically it was 26. A single season had a mid-season. It had a mid-season split, so it still had 26 episodes in the course of a single calendar year.
13 episodes. A show could start with 13 episodes and then build
have a summer break and then do another. And that'd be all one season. But still, the point is, those guys were also working nonstop, and they had a network order for a certain number of episodes, and they were written as an ongoing. These series are written as small, finite stories, and they're not ordered. They're ordered, okay, go ahead and give us 8 episodes. That's what they get an order for. And so that's what they produce. Nobody's going out of their pocket and start doing the other stuff. These have, the old days of network shows, they'd go, okay, they'd place an order for, 2 seasons or at least 26 episodes. And if you got a season of that show, like we said, if that's a full year, you did your 13 during that summer break. Well, when you're doing reruns and stuff or doing other counter programming, you've still been working on that show constantly. And then you'd be able to start putting those out based on, you might still be filming the finale of the season, but the beginning of the second half has started or something. But then they would they would already know oftentimes based on that first half whether or not they're going to get an order for the next, and they could just keep going. So production schedules for television and stuff were very different then, and how they were ordered and committed to, especially if it was picked up by a network.
The biggest difference really is the budget behind it, right? So I appreciate the 8 episode model if the budget fits towards those 8 episodes, but especially with a show like Wednesday or Stranger Things or something like that requires more of special effects, where like a drama is a little different, right? A drama, they'll probably spend more money on getting an actor or something like that, which they usually do. But what I mean by all that is that it's been proven in the past that there are the means to get it out by a certain time frame. No one's asking that we want to go back to the 26 episode year, right? People want quality television, and if you give it quality television, give it in a time frame that once you finish those 8 episodes, we could come back to it a year later, maybe, or half a year later, and watch it, instead of just waiting. And in the Netflix model, where you dump it all in one shot, even though Wednesday they dumped it twice. They dumped the first half and then the second half.
Spread it over 1 month. Of a difference.
Then you satisfy the viewer in that way.
You're still going to have, so like in this particular case where they know they're doing a season 3, right? They started working on it. They were already working on it when season 2 shows, but it's still the production values and everything else that goes into it. It's still going to take time. It's still going to take almost a full year before it comes out. So you're going to have like an 11 to 12 month time period before the next season comes out. That's just the way again, you don't have as long of a time to, even if you don't stop production.
Mhm.
It's even if you shoot these things back to back, it still it's still going to be some time frame there. But
Yeah, and
no,
the gap
I mean,
is fine. The gap is fine in my view. The way I'm fine with I'm fine with a year, and for the most part you get that. But for a lot of these other shows, they take way too long before you
It's the
finally get it back. And when you finally
the
get it back, you're
binge
like, oh
world
yeah, I
has
forgot about
ruined
that.
it
Now I got to
all.
go back and watch the other episodes.
The binge concept has ruined it, because especially what happens is not only are you used to, not only are the gaps long between seasons if you're watching it fresh, but anything that's old that you hadn't seen, you're not, that you're going back and watching now, you're watching without those gaps in seasons. So like if I want to sit there and say like, okay, I want to, let's say I've never watched Game of Thrones and I'm going to go sit down and watch it now, and I get to watch I can watch all of Game of Thrones realistically over a couple days. Maybe a week or two, even within a month. Let's say over a course of 1 month, I can watch all the episodes, right? Well, that's a different. Then I do that with other shows too, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, and then I go to watch something that's actually being shown in real time, like this, and I go like, oh, I gotta wait a year between these things. Oh, forget it, I won't. And there are some people who won't watch anything until all the episodes and all the seasons are done now, because they don't want to wait these gaps.
Yeah.
I just want to watch it all at once.
Yeah. And some are worse than others, because like as Izzy was saying, with like a year between sort of Wednesday. Well, Stranger Things, like some of the seasons have been 2 years, 3 years in between.
They've
grown up so dramatically in between.
Yeah.
Well,
you had that this Wednesday, even like episode 1 and 2. There were some of the cast members made some especially when you're dealing with kids.
What's the bug kid?
Pugsley and the bug, yeah, both of them. Yeah. But
Pugsley in general, he was smaller. Now he's like a big kid, and he just had a growth spur.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to happen with kids, obviously, with these shows, right? That's going to happen. But I mean, it's the same thing also that hurts shows. Like, I don't know, at least for me, sometimes there's shows that people go, oh, yeah, you should see the show. And I go, okay, maybe I will. And I'll find it, and I'll go look at it and say, oh, there's I don't know, 80 episodes or 120 episodes or whatever it is. I'm like, oh, I'm not prepared to put that kind of investment in. Like, I won't even start it because I'm afraid if once I start it, I'm going to have to like watch it all. And I'm like, oh, that's too much to sit down and that's too much. I don't want those. And I don't want to sit down and dedicate the next month to watching this, because for some reason you feel like you have to. I just pick 7 different shows and watch like one episode of a night of a different show and then go back around. Like, I mean, my mind used to be able to handle that when I was watching TV in real time, but now it's like, no, I'm like, I have to have this. I'm only drinking Coke today. Tomorrow I will only drink root beer. Okay, tomorrow.
At least you're drinking it.
I mean,
don't splatter it around your body.
I don't know. It's just,
I think what's worse though is like if you like me, like there's a lot of shows that I want to watch that the hype, the theme, everything is gone a long time. Like as I said, I started watching Walking Dead. Like I'm up to season 4. I haven't revisited it again, but I was like, I had some time off. I want something to watch. I haven't seen it. I'll watch
now
it.
You want to talk about it. Everybody's like, what are you bringing that up for, man? That's like,
yeah, it's more the fact of, like without knowing the show, you might go, oh, people will say, oh, the first 2 seasons are absolutely shit. But once you get to season 3 or season 4, it's really great. And it's like, but you still want to
Parks
get
and Rec. Got it.
You still need to get through that was like pain. That. You still need to get through that pain to get to the good stuff.
Right.
Because you're not going to be like, I'm not going to start a show at season 3. That's just ridiculous.
Right.
So,
that's the
downfall, though.
The funny thing is you say that is that we used to do that. Like the way network television was before the advent of streaming and cable and anything like that, you would be forced to just like start at season 3 because there was no way of going back.
Yeah, right? you missed it, and
and then they constantly had to like remind you about certain things about characters. So there had to be some kind of dump that they had to do to
only if you needed
dump of some kind.
Only if it was a pertaining story. Most of the time they were standalone stories, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, like Incredible Hulk is pretty much like that. Like you knew to be, they give you the origin in the beginning.
Episodic television was like that. Yep.
And harder over here because we never got the massive amount of reruns like with our free-to-air TV because we only had like 4 main channels or 5 main channels, so you wouldn't get reruns as much as what you guys probably have for decades.
It depended on here really where you were, where you were. The big cities would have more independent channels that had reruns and stuff, versus in more parts of the country they would only have maybe the 3 networks and maybe 1 or 2 independent channels, and that would be about it. And those independent channels may or may not be showing reruns of other stuff. And sometimes the reruns that you got, at least for me, like one of the channels that did reruns, it was only stuff from like the 50s and 60s. So that was like nothing but watching. Okay, I could go watch old Leave It to Beaver and the Munsters and Addams Family and stuff. That's what they were showing. They weren't showing anything like from the 70s or you know, reruns from the 80s or something. They were showing old reruns.
And for a show to be in syndication, you had to have at least a certain amount of episodes.
100 episodes.
Yeah.
But you guys also had cable and satellite and that, like a long way before we ever sort of got any of that sort of stuff.
Cable really became a thing within like the 80s, but that was in rural areas. Like I didn't get cable till the 90s. They didn't come to the Bronx until the 90s.
Yeah, so we didn't get cable till like the late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah. So, and that's what I mean. Like we only got what we got, and that was it. So the only other way to do it was physical media. Like, okay, I missed this show. I will go and buy the VHS back in the day, or the DVDs, or
we didn't get that. We didn't get seasons until much later, to the 2000s or something like that. We didn't get like seasons on DVD.
This is a valid point too. With the current model, though, they also are getting either establishing stars who then start to get other roles, which do stuff, or they have higher profile actors and stuff doing these shows. Like
renegotiation.
If we just take Wednesday for example, you know, you never would have gotten, you know, some of the like the Morticia,
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Catherine Zeta-Jones. You never would have got her to do a TV show like that type of thing. But you know, okay, do this on a limited basis like that, on something that's more more arts, more stuff like that. You get some big name actors to do these types of shows, to go back and do shows like this, that previously the old model was like you came up from TV and you tried to make your way into movies. And once you did movies, you didn't go back to TV.
Yeah, it was a downgrade.
That was like, if you had to go back to TV, that was like a sign that your acting career was on the downward trend.
Yeah, you're in your twilight.
God forbid if you ended up in a commercial. You know,
I immediately think of Michael J. Fox. Michael J. Fox is a prime example of that, right? Michael J. Fox started his career in Family Ties, became a huge character. Like Alex P. Keaton, that's his character, was the star of the show, even though it wasn't originally intended to be. But he ended up becoming the star of the show because of a show like that in today's atmosphere would be very interesting to create. I could see them trying. But it was from there he ended up doing the movie scene, and that's where he ends up getting Back to the Future, then Teen Wolf. He did The Secret of My Success and some other movies and stuff that weren't as big as the other two. Like Teen Wolf and Back to the Future were the biggest ones for him. Like Teen Wolf was big when it first came out.
Oh yeah.
Teen Wolf 2, they tried to do it again, but they used Justin Bateman instead of him. Not so big. And it took Justin Bateman a long time to make that resurgence, because he started off in Silver Spoons, kind of did a few things here and there, but didn't really go anywhere. It wasn't until Arrested Development came that he ended up becoming more of a star, and today he's kind of everywhere.
Yeah, but I mean that was the way it is. So now you get these higher. The point is that you get some of these big name actors that come down to stuff, but they have other things going on, and so yeah, there is scheduling issues that are realistic and stuff. So.
The 8-episode model is actually, I like 8. I think 8 episodes is good. I don't like 6. I think 6 is too little, but I think 8 is a nice little sweet spot for all that. And I think, like you're right, I said the budget goes towards the production of the show, or it goes to the actors, and then the actors are able to take that short amount of time, within probably a few weeks, not even that many weeks, probably less than a month's time. They do their roles, and they move on to their next project, and then it just keeps them relevant. That's why Pedro Pascal is constantly doing stuff. Yeah, growing pains. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Boner.
interesting.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned Teen Wolf because the season opener for Hot Ones is Jason Bateman.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, quite a good episode actually.
Mm-hmm.
Teen Wolf is actually mentioned very briefly.
I haven't. You know who I would like to see in Hot Ones? Because I've seen the Conan ones, and Conan one is insane.
Oh, I cannot rewatch that.
That one's insane. That one's insane.
One and done. One and done.
But imagine Jim Carrey doing that.
Oh my god.
But old school Jim Carrey. Not the current one. The current one's a little more calm. I'm talking about living color version of Jim Carrey doing Hot Ones.
Yeah, that would be.
So you want Fire Marshal Bill doing Hot Ones. Got it.
I was thinking more of the bodybuilder. Remember the bodybuilder?
Or the lifeguard
The lifeguard, yeah.
from his SNL.
Or him as Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
As every time he eats the wings, the sneaker just flies in the air. Kick it.
Yeah, no, that'd be. And that's the thing. Like even looking at, like for me, like looking at the MCU characters, there's not many haven't been on the show yet. Like he's nearly gotten all of the major actors out of it. About the only one that I know that hasn't been on it, I think, is RDJ. Pretty much everybody else has been on it.
Mm-hmm.
I think has Chris Hemsworth been on it?
Oh, I think Gordon Ramsay was one of the most enjoyable ones I've seen on Hot Ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's had a couple. I think
He brings like his own. He brings like his own bag of stuff with him.
Oh, the lime and the lemon juice.
Gordon Ramsay he's a showman. Like he definitely understands media. You know, he makes it fun.
So I think one of the most entertaining episodes was actually Shia LaBeouf. I think
I was just thinking, dude. I was literally had Shy in my head. I'm like, oh, I wonder if I've seen
like extra on every single wing. And
you saw the
cleaning
Coolio one, right? With the last stab where he poured the entire bottle on it.
Oh, that was.
And he almost died. I think he died like the next week. Like for real. Like literally.
I do like the Kevin Hart one. I think that one's pretty funny, Kevin Hart, because it's just being Kevin Hart himself, being himself. Russell Brand one was something. See.
There's been some. It's sort of cool to see the really nuts ones, and then the really like cool, calm, and collected ones. Like I always remember the Lord episode.
Yeah,
like she did not like blink, sweat. Like she was just like nothing.
Well, yeah, there were a few people that were like that. That it was like, oh, not bad. It's hot. I feel it now. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm more impressed by the host. I forget his name, but
Sean Evans.
He goes all the way, man. Shawn Evans goes all the way, and I'm like, how can you do this? You know. So Jeff Goldblum was a good one.
Paul Rudd, he brought cauliflower wings for him.
Yeah.
They quite often do the vegan wings, as they call them.
Yeah, it doesn't change the spice stuff.
No.
Mm-hmm. Just looking at this list now, there's been a lot of people, man.
The Shaq episode was good too. He's got like that 3-gallon milk thing, but he's just chugging the gallons of milk. Like how I said gallon there and not liter.
Wow, this is a big list.
Yeah, well, it's 20. This is the 28th or 29th season.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the list here. There's a lot. Wow, Undertaker. I didn't know. Oh, yeah, I do remember now.
I don't remember saying the Undertaker one. That must have been a very early
one, apparently. Yeah.
He didn't do it wearing snakeskin pants, did he?
It's the Undertaker. Probably wore leather pants.
And sometimes it's hard, especially for Beck and I, to watch some of the episodes when we don't know who the person is.
Yeah.
So if you get like a lot of like these like new up and coming, rap stars or football players or baseball players and stuff like that, I'm like, I got no idea who the hell this is. So sometimes you miss an episode here or there because you don't relate to the person because you don't know who it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for that, literally for probably the last, I'd say at least 5 or 6 seasons, we've watched every single episode, but we have skipped a lot of the early ones when we didn't know who the people were.
I know I've heard of the show. Is it really just not? I thought it was like nothing more than stupid people eating hot wings.
No, it's an interview. It's a straight up interview show.
It's an interview show, and Sean he's a really good interviewer. He really he's got a crack team because every star that goes on there is like, how did you find that out? Like that's a common thread. He really deep dives into his research. He does so that's the whole thing is.
He has a real
try
team.
and make it through the gauntlet, as they call it, the 10 wings, and with increasingly more spicier wings, but with these great questions being fired at you. So it's a very well thought out show.
Yeah, and just like the wings, there's a slow progression, right? So the interview starts being, tell me a little bit about your, career and yada yada, and this and what this role and that role, and then that's when you start getting to the heavier wings. That's when he starts doing the big questions. So as they're, as it's getting hot for them, they're like, yeah, and then you just see them doing it. It ends up being entertainment, and that's kind of that's the new version of late night talk show. That's what it is. It's late night talk show in a new way.
And it's not hard to watch because they're all around 20 minutes.
Yeah,
so it's not like you're watching an hour-long show or anything like that.
Stuff like that is absolutely crushed late night talk show. That's why it's a dying format.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's had a lot of people, man. I'm just looking at this list. He still didn't get Beyonce yet. That's what everybody's waiting for. The Beyonce episode.
Queen Bee.
Take off.
I guarantee you, I am not waiting for the episode. So,
you got to see the SNL episode. So when they did it in SNL with Beyonce, take off my wig and put 6 ice cubes on my head.
Saturday Night Live was still a relevant show.
We want to see the actual Beyonce in the show.
I see a lot of people with the dialogue that it used to be funny. I like watching. I don't sit down and watch full episodes, but I watch the YouTube segments.
Yeah, the segments I see are fun. Yeah, I mean,
there's tons of funny stuff still on SNL.
Sure, it's just for some reason it's I have no.
I get it. I get it. They have their bias and everything, but that does not take away from that. They're still putting out a good percentage of funny sketches. If you go back to the 90s, the highly praised 90s through the early 2000s, it's kind of the same thing. They are running the same success rate for funny. You know what I mean? It's not all of it ever is.
Well, I don't know. It's just for some reason not in my consciousness of a show to sit down and watch or even go back and watch or any of that stuff. It's just
you don't go. SNL is one of those shows that it's late night Saturday night. People are not really watching. It was something to put on just to have something on television for a while. Now it's become segment television, where they still produce the whole show in the same way that they normally do for broadcast, but they produce it in a way so that it
put on YouTube. They actually probably get way more viewership and revenue doing the segment content on YouTube than they do the network anymore. Because I mean, obviously, all that stuff is. It was a different world when it started, right? Obviously, when that was what else were you going to do? Saturday night, you were either out, or if you weren't out, that was what it was. There was that on, and then what else was on? Creature Feature.
What is this? Do you guys watch Nardwar?
I got no idea what that is.
Drew said it's insane. Brian said it's too weird. I don't know what it is. SNL and Simpsons never stopped being funny. Yeah, I never enjoyed The Simpsons. It never got me.
Early Simpsons. I love early Simpsons.
I understand that it's definitely wildly enjoyable by Well, a lot of people
It's not.
still going.
I think The Simpsons is one of those things that was early on. It was absolutely. It was funny. It was different. It was
Edgy.
and we got into it. And like for myself, I have been continuing to watch The Simpsons.
With me.
And I keep waiting for it to be funny again. And now at this point, it's been like 15, 20 years, and I'm still waiting for it to be funny for some reason. I can't figure out why I keep watching it. It's like, it's just at this point, it's like an old pair of shoes. Like you put them on, it's like they're not even really comfortable anymore. But you have fond memories of them or something.
Like around 2008 or so, they did the Simpsons movie. I watched that, and it had little moments here and there that are kind of chuckly.
The show has moments, but you go, huh. But nothing that's ever I think about the show as being funny anymore. So I don't know. That's just me. I've contemplated. I really can't figure out why I continue to watch it, and I guarantee you now that I don't have the DVR and the network stuff. I won't be going. I won't be digging in and going back onto Disney Plus to go watch old episodes of The Simpsons or even new episodes of The Simpsons anymore. This will finally be what killed it for me. Is just that, and I won't miss it at all. I won't.
You're not going to miss The Simpsons?
No. And I probably just same thing is going to happen with Family Guy, and I'm not going to really probably even miss that either.
But I think Family Guy is the same thing like The Simpsons. I think it had a peak, especially when it went to Cartoon Network. So remember, Family Guy was canceled
twice.
It went to Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network did the reruns. That was enough to do reruns for
I
cable.
remember all that. I watched it. I watched it from the beginning through every reboot and everything else. But some of those shows, they just eventually, they wear on over time. That's why, like, I've tried to get back into Futurama since they rebooted that yet again.
There's different times in life when it'll resonate with you and times when it won't.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
That's it, Mark. Maybe the fact is I have to realize I'm 50-something years old now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but DJ's older. We established that Tuesday.
That's true.
It doesn't have to be new episodes, though. Like, you can enjoy the history of something still exists. You can, there's still viable episodes of Seinfeld that I enjoy.
Absolutely. And the ocean of new content that has you interested, though, I find myself not going back and rewatching stuff when there's good content coming out, like having Alien Earth that I was interested in, Peacemaker, plus Job and Kids. I didn't find myself through this whole run so far, of both of those coming out, watching old anything. Yeah. And I watch old stuff regularly.
I'll normally keep, that to me is like really Peacemaker, Alien Earth have really been the only shows that I've been regularly watching.
Same here. While they were hours,
it's 2 hours of content a week, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm watching a lot more stuff than just that. You know what I mean? So I'm also rewatching.
We're trying to watch YouTube here, apparently.
I watch YouTube, but I don't watch comic book YouTube as much as I probably should. I watch people homesteading and shit like that. Like,
I don't watch a lot of comic book
YouTube. I watch a guy make a patio in his backyard, like step by step over the course of like 2 months.
No, you need to watch the guy make the bunker underneath the patio in his backyard.
You're the HGTV
Not always. Guy. I've gotten way more into like the actual like functions of building things, and I go down rabbit holes.
I heard the pit's good.
To this comment, this is a really relevant comment. The landscape of comedy has changed so much in the past 20 years. I find that I don't enjoy most of the newer comedians. I think a lot of comedians, like the overwhelming majority comedians, are to their time. Like, that's one of the unique things about comedians. They have a voice and a way of interpreting the time that we're standing in, So if you go back and watch a lot of them from any era, comedians their sets don't age really well. The few of the greats do. Carlin, those early Eddie Murphy ones, and even then they still don't. Yeah, they still don't hit like they did back then, because a lot of what they're talking
based on current events.
It's current events. So I like having had this comedy blackout over the past couple of years, largely due to what Canadians point out. Cancel culture killed comedy. It absolutely did. There's no way around it. Comedy went underground again, and things like Kill Tony rose up, and then it kind of got back out. And like
Are you
But,
a Kill Tony fan, Mark? Are you a Kill Tony
dude,
fan?
every Monday night I'm there, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm
Big
a
Kill Tony fan.
lifelong stand-up comedy guy. So something like Kill Tony is like
Right.
crack
Okay,
for me.
so I gotta
You guys-
ask you. If you guys are Kill Tony fans, I got a question that usually cuts about down the middle. Yes or no? Do you like Cam?
No.
Cam
And
Patterson.
I can tell you the moment in the
Give you an
game
answer
where
to
it
that.
happened.
Cam Patterson.
It was
I
when
love
he did
I know
his
what you're gonna
start-
say.
What am I gonna say?
Oh, about Cam not being liked.
Yeah, what did it for me?
I don't know about that. I shouldn't say.
Well, for a while,
ahead.
Cam was insinuating he has a secret, and Tony was kind of poking him at it. And this was like probably a little over a year now, and he was kind of poking him at it and everything. And he eventually talked about it during the Madison Square Garden live that they did, and the way that he brought that joke to the forefront was absolutely diabolical on a human level. I thought, and it just kind of made me look at him as a person differently, and I don't care for him as a person, to be honest with you. And now I can't not see that. And from time to time, he brings it back up and jokes about how his mom found out about this when he did the live set and everything. And
I think,
dude, that's kind of disgusting as a human being.
What a lot of people have been saying recently, and this is what I thought you guys were going to say, is that he's just not funny. He's not funny.
I think he is. What
think
happens
he's
with any of the
fucking
regulars, this isn't a
hilarious.
possible task to be like consistently this funny that often. It's overexposure. The format of the show creates overexposure for regulars, even the point of like William, like being a closer for so long on the show. Like William couldn't get out there and make you laugh with his jokes anymore, but he can make you laugh just being William, just hanging out talking kind of thing. So you can't overexpose somebody that much and expect them to still resonate on that high frequency.
I think Williams' jokes still resonate with me. I think that his jokes are what he does. I think it's funny to hear what he comes up with.
It is, but that's what I'm saying. He's not resonating like he was.
With Cam, I don't think Cam has the material. I think what Cam has
exactly. I agree with you.
Personality, and
you
and
got
I think
it.
That's why people love him or hate him, because he's a real person. And
he's funny. He's a funny person. He's not a funny comedian yet.
Legitimately funny, and he tells stories with honesty in a way that is hilarious. And I can understand why you wouldn't care for him, but I understand why people don't care for the whole Kill Tony style of comedy. How the Austin, like a lot of people have turned on the Austin comedy scenes. Like there's like a lot of low hanging fruit there. And I agree. I don't think that there's any problem with there being different types of comedy. I think that I'm a big fan of crowd work interactions on TikTok. I don't think that makes a great comedian, but I do.
I hate crowd work.
Bro,
very engaging.
One guy, he was talking about what's his name? The young dude who exploded, Matt Rife. He was talking about Matt Rife. Right. He's talking about crowd work comedians. He's like, because someone said something to him while he was on stage, like, I'm trying to do jokes. Y'all paid money to come here to listen to me do jokes. I'm not doing crowd work. That's some cheap shit. Next time you're at a show, you go see Matt Rife, and if he asks you a question,
Jeff Dye.
Tell him, hey, fuck you, tell a joke. Just tell this. If a crowd work comedian comes out and says something to you, say, no, fuck you, tell us a joke.
Matt Rife has jokes.
Oh, I like Matt Rife, but I thought that was a funny way for another comedian.
There are a lot of comedians that have fallen into the crowd work like catch-all. I think that Big J Okerson, his crowd
I love
work,
Big J.
I would watch
Legion of Skanks is my favorite.
Crowd work for a millennium straight. Just watch him just rip people apart on like the most basic levels. I'd watch that, and he doesn't have to have jokes for me. I think that circumstances is right. It's not cancel culture, it's consequences culture.
No.
There are consequences for what you do and what you say, and I think that there are comedians who stayed edgy through cancel culture and they went
underground, but that a large majority of them were getting fired for, like, there's definitely a splitting hairs line in that. It's a little nuanced for sure. There is
Shane Gillis, perfect example.
There is such thing as consequence culture, but cancel culture is absolutely a real thing. And there's a large amount of hypocrites online that'll just paint it to whatever way suits them for sure. And the Jimmy Kimmel thing exposed a lot of it. Like, I couldn't give two shits Jimmy Kimmel got fired or suspended or whatever. But for not 1 second do I think that they should have taken him off air. If you're out there saying stupid shit,
about the
keep them
matter
on
of,
air and say stupid
of
shit.
the affiliates.
That's what legally speaking, they didn't break any laws or violate any constitution, nothing. But
it should be about performance.
Potentially his contract. We heard his contract potentially. The rumor was included language that he had free reign. So anything that would have been based, if the firing was based off of content that he delivered, it would have been a breach of contract. So, not legally, it would have been a contractual.
It would have been a breach of contract for Disney to fire him. It would not have been a breach of contract for the affiliates to refuse to air his show.
That part, the affiliates has within their they're allowed to do that. Yeah, that's their
right. And that's the issue there. It's the affiliates. If you lose the affiliates, you're going to lose the networks.
Exactly, Marcus.
Then it becomes a different reason why you fire. Then if you lose the affiliates, and then you're no longer
viable.
That's a different.
That's where the nuance comes in, because ultimately,
it's chicken or the egg.
And I pointed it, the chicken, Rob. But I pointed it out that for a long time with Disney, I pointed out a long time with Disney that this is a hypocritical, virtue signaling piece of shit of a company that sits here in America and cancels people and talks down to our audience, and then they release the same content overseas and they cancel it, edit it, this and that. They stand on no morals. And like people over here will argue these things and debate them and this and that, but the company is out just to make money, as they should. Like they're supposed to be out to make money. That's their goal. But it's the way that they pretend like they have these ulterior motives, that they're out trying to elevate a people or be inclusive, this or that. Meanwhile, we're taking stuff out of their movies, taking people off of posters to sell to different markets. It's absolutely crazy. This is a perfect example with what happened to Jimmy Kimmel, how they're virtue signaling just to the different side now, and it brought out the hypocrites and everybody.
We're going to see a vast change in the way that they operate, because the way that they operate is the way that corporations have operated. You're talking about, Target, for years, was the rainbow place, and then this year not so much, and everybody, what happened? It's like the corporate temperature has changed politically. There are things that are in flux as far as who to pander to, and when you think about the things corporations do to pander for the almighty dollar, there is no corporation more well-oiled or prepared than the Disney Corporation.
I think this is a common misconception that Marcus has. Hear me out. There's no difference between cancel culture and consequence culture. The only difference between the two is your personal politics. I can see what you're saying, and I completely get what you're saying. But an example of the difference of the two would be someone saying, I want to see this politician taking out. If you publicly call for wanting to see the death or execution of a politician or an individual, and you lose your job based off that statement, that's not cancel culture. That's someone saying this person is not well, and they make a calculated decision based off of their business that they don't want them there. If you go online and say only biological females can give birth, and you lose your job based off a literal fact, which has happened countless times, that's cancel culture. There is there is nuance in it. I get what you're saying. It's factually incorrect, but a lot of people will fall under your takeaway there. I'll agree, but there is most definitely a difference in the two.
Hey, can I flip it real quick? Flip the subject and show you guys something cool that I just opened up. I don't want to see
something cool.
Yeah. So I just got back, and this was
it's made of plastic.
This was sitting at my door as I just got home. And this is sent to me from my good friend Sean Kirkham, aka Big Clutch. And so we just got done doing that Beyond Wednesdays, our third exclusive variant, which is something I never thought I would do, but we did it. And this in my hand is the first one we did, and we did it for that series Grommets. Did you guys read Grommets?
No, I've been meaning to check it out.
It's fucking amazing.
Brian Posehn, right?
It's actually
Brian Posehn,
in my read list.
Rick Remender and Brian Posehn wrote it. Brett Parsons did the interior art and the covers, and it is a total nostalgia. If you grew up in the 80s and 90s and were any part of being a skateboard or BMX, type person, this is the total nostalgia book, and it's really good. But anyways, so
The first
it was
person
like,
that told me about that book is actually Marcus Circumstances.
yep. And so it actually takes place. It says Sacramento, but it's Phoenix. It's all the landmarks are Phoenix, and so it was like my favorite book of 2024. So I said, if I'm going to do a variant, this is the first one I want to be on. So we got lucky and got to do a variant for it. Well, at San Diego, I had a bunch of the guys that were on the show that were all in one spot. So I got like the majority of us that are on the shows to sign it. And Big Clutch sent them in to CGC. And
Sweet.
this is the cover, right? You can see all the signatures on there. It was kind of cool. We all chose different colors and did signatures. But the coolest part is the label. So the label literally says Beyond Wednesday's Crew exclusive, signed by Joe Della Garza, who's Red Hood, Sean Kirkham, that's Big Clutch, Sean Legg, Big Leg, me, Brian McClay, Ben Steiniger, Aaron Yee at San Diego Comic-Con 720. It doesn't say San Diego Comic-Con, but it says 7/26/25 on the label.
That's dope.
That's really
So
cool.
right?
What a
Who
keepsake.
did the cover?
Brett
Is that the
Parsons.
regular?
So you got the Bad Religion. We got to choose. So the way I was trying to get on to do a variant for this from issue 1, but it is so hard. And shout out to, I believe it was Arcade Comics, got Tim Barron to do these amazing variants. So I originally wanted to do get my own artist and do a. Do you guys remember Santa Cruz skateboards? Remember the Screaming Hand? Yeah. So the Screaming Hand is one of my favorite things. I love that image, and I wanted to do a variant of the Screaming Hand, but they wouldn't let you choose your own artist, and we couldn't even get on a variant. And they had some problem where they had to push it back a couple months for the final issue, I believe. And they hit up Clutch and said, hey, if you want to do one, we can give you some Brett Parsons art, and you can choose like what the shirts are and what the skateboards are. So we got to choose the Bad Religion Crossbuster and the Tony Hawk board.
Nice.
Yeah. So old school. And then he's wearing a Rush shirt.
No, Rush
Yeah.
is variety.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Did they give you a list of things to choose from?
So they did, and I think we asked for the Bad Religion Crossbuster shirt.
That's dope. Love
Yeah.
Bad Religion.
Yeah. So I couldn't believe that. I literally just opened this up right now. So
That's
shout out
really
to
cool.
yeah.
that's sweet.
Grew up in that 70s, 80s, in the 80s Santa Cruz skate culture, because I was up in the Santa Cruz mountains and stuff, and everybody was.
Did you hang out with Charlie
Yeah.
Sheen?
Even the little mountain towns had like
Did
2
you
and 3
glean
skateboard
you?
shops. It was crazy. Boulder Creek town population 3,000, and they had 3 fucking skateboard shops at that
Yep.
time. It was
And
like
still couldn't keep
ridiculous.
stuff in stock.
Have you
Yeah.
seen the prices on OG skateboards, even damaged? Old deck.
All I remember is like everybody in wood shop in junior high was making skateboards. That's what
And bongs.
No, we're doing bongs. But it was a lot. There was a lot of skateboards. It's like once you learn how to do a cutting board, it was like, okay, next I'm making a skateboard.
Yeah, if you look up prices of
Skateboard,
old skateboard
really?
decks, they're in the thousands of dollars.
Wow.
They sell for so much money.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
A flipper and the sticker, people. Flipper and the sticker. That sounds like one of Darth's streams that he already has planned.
I know, right?
Which one am I, Darth?
I love how he
sticker
calls
people.
you Mark Wayne. I think that's so fucking hilarious,
It's because
bro.
of it's a Tower of Babel reference, if you're familiar with
Greatest top 5 comic story ever told, in my
So,
opinion.
You know, like some people are just kind of stay prepared for things. I'm one of them. I can, I read the room in a situation long before it happened, and
I love Grant Morrison, dude.
You're a room reader, aren't you?
I try to be.
I heard Grant Morrison.
I think it just doesn't. I don't think it's. I think it's a little effortless when you're interested in certain things.
I feel that.
I'll tell you right now, just going back to comedians for something. One comedian right now who I do enjoy, like I'll watch stand up right now. Anytime he has a special, I love to watch right now, is Brad Williams.
The little guy.
Yeah.
He came through here, I think, a couple of months ago.
Yeah, he's doing an active tour and stuff. And I don't know, there's something just the way that it's, I guess, because a lot of his humor is focused on his experiences, right?
So he has a lot of crotch jokes.
And his different perception, obviously how the world perceives him and how he perceives the world. His observational humor tends to, there's some political stuff that gets trickles in there just by virtue of observing the world, but I think a lot of it's just not that, and so it makes for a nice kind of like a little more classic, refreshing type. You can think about that. So
I've
I don't know.
a lot of Norm lately. I think we lost a real one there. I think that Norm Macdonald was never not funny. Always hilarious.
Facts.
Every joke that ever came out of his mouth was either genius or hacky in the most genius fucking way. But
I think what makes Norm Macdonald what made him so great was also the delivery. He would just wait for it. Like he was
excited to get to the punchline. You could see it on his face.
Like he's just waiting for it. Like he's waiting for you to get it. Like, and then when you finally get it, like, oh yeah, I get it now.
Always hilarious. His short-lived show on Netflix was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw Doug Stanhope 2 weeks ago, I think, 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. I know he was still out there doing it.
He lives in Bisbee, Arizona. He's got like this straight up, like he owns like a whole block of houses, I think. And so he'll do shows every once in a while in Phoenix, but I think he was on tour. He went to the Ukraine and did shows.
That sounds terrible.
Dude, he told some crazy stories.
Did he bomb?
Nuts.
Oh God, Rob, you beat me to it. I was waiting for the opening.
Yeah,
Did he what?
Did he bomb?
That's funny, but he did something close. I guess he shot off artillery.
Instead, he blew up. Got it.
In a battle. It was crazy.
Crazier if he was doing his comedy set while he was doing that.
Yeah, this weekend we got Nate Bargatze.
I imagine he was.
Nate Bargatze.
Comedians are always comedians.
This week.
Who's that?
He's the clean god of comedy right now. There's two.
He's the clean guy of comedy.
There are two gods of comedy. It is Nate Bargatze, he's the clean guy, and it is Shane Gillis is the dirty guy.
What the fuck?
Those are the two.
Yeah, he's all week. He's over here this whole week. So he's doing a show in the Garden today.
The third time in 20 minutes that my fan is shut off.
Yeah, I've been noticing that, Rob, that your lights are going like in and out.
Yeah, it's like
neighbors sit over there with a remote on the
I
same.
don't know. I got to change the dimmer. So.
Yeah, I like a lot of stand up, but there's a lot that I don't care for. Just like anything.
Anywho,
anyone else watch Jim Jeffries' new stand up?
I did not watch the whole thing. I kind of lost interest a little while, like probably about a half hour into it, and I turned it off. But I never.
He lands the plane, dude. Go finish it.
I'm sure he does. I've got faith in the Jim Jeffries. I think he's great.
Dad jokes.
I think
that's why I like him.
I'm right there with you.
I'm a big fan of Jim Jeffries' take on gun control. He's like, you can say whatever you want, but nobody says what is the thing you're free to say is "fuck off." I like guns.
Yeah,
yeah, fine.
I like how he separates the audience in that bit.
Right.
Like, all right, 50% of you do this with it, and then he calls like, and the rest of you that are left, y'all are all just liars. Fuck off. I like guns.
Yeah. I thought that was brilliant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had his first two specials were, I think first three were just exceptional. And then he kind of just hit like I don't want to say a lull, just not as good, but this one's like kind of like back to par those first few. It really built, you know what I'm saying? Like it starts building on itself, and He's got a good format.
He's got a couple
formula
of specials that are very
What
similar
the
to each other.
fuck?
What the fuck indeed?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm working at the same time, and I just got a response on an email from a
Was it in
customer.
Comic Sans?
No. That was fucking annoying too. Now this one is from a customer, but it's replying to an internal email that says customer removed. So somebody didn't fucking actually remove the customer and then provided internal information and had the customer get an email on it. Now they're fucking replying to it. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, all the Adam
morons.
Ray bits are hilarious. I like his new Hollywood Mentalist one that he just he did about a week
I think
ago.
there's diminishing returns on them, but there's definitely some value in it. Dr. Phil is funny when he has the timing to hit the catchphrases right. Beyond that, it gets to be tiresome for an entire hour.
He's been doing the Dr. Phil one for a long time though, but the fact that he keeps bringing in new characters and stuff like that like he's
Right.
I think genius.
Yeah, he would do well to have a sketch show.
Yes, a variety
surrounded by quality writers.
So that's what he did with the Hollywood Mentalist one. The way that he did it, the special was he came out, did some jokes, did a little bit of crowd work playing in the Mentalist gimmicks and stuff, but then he had 3 different guests lined up that he was interviewing, and he was the Hollywood Mentalist interviewing these Hollywood celebrities, so it kind of made it unique to that. And you could, if you do the show again, you'd have 3 different guests, and Adam Ray is really good at on the spot stuff, but it was really funny.
I think he wants to do it as a touring show, and he's doing it in front of comedy clubs, which is, I guess, good in a way. But I think if he was doing it like without a live audience, kind of like a Between Two Ferns kind of thing, it could be more impactful. You know what I mean? I think that it could be something that is seen more mainstream.
But the comedy club scene is just practice. That's what it ends up becoming.
Yeah.
It's practice for a future show or something.
Yeah, you go to the small rooms and you work out a set, and you try to get a big room, and you try to get noticed, and you try to get a special. And back in the day, the goal was to get a special and then a Comedy Central TV show. But now you're just aiming to get Netflix specials.
Or other.
I feel like the last comedian that really got a chance to do his own kind of show like that was the Pete Holmes show, which was really fucking good and got no ratings at all.
They don't need TV at all anymore. They could do everything on their own.
Yeah, but that was the old formula for the 90s and the early 2000s was get noticed, get a show.
The old formula was to get an HBO special.
Matt Rife set the sellout record. I forget what stadium it was, but he was on there, and him and Dane Cook. Dane came up and talked about it because Dane is the one that kind of put Matt Rife on years ago, like kind of found him when he was like young, because Matt Rife was writing letters. He went and saw Dane Cook's Vicious Circle live in the same arena all those years ago and stuff as a kid. And they were talking about how he read the Dane Cook still had the fan letter that he had sent in to him all those years ago, and they read it on stage. And they mentioned how one day I want to be like you, and I want to get a Comedy Central, get a show on Comedy Central. And they both laughed because that network's dead now. And they both laughed. And Dane Cook said, "That's hilarious. Now you could just go buy it." Like Matt Rife could afford to just go buy the whole network.
Well, there's so much that's been done to kill the Comedy Central through all the streaming services having their own collection of mid comedians dropping a special every year.
Yeah. Well, they had that show forever where they had like the people come up and do the 30-minute sets and stuff.
The Comedy Central presents.
Yep, they do.
Yeah, that was great. Some of my favorite sets of all time are Comedy Central presents.
The Chappelle set on there was amazing back in the day.
The Mitch Hedberg set where he completely bombed.
That's when he did. That's when he did the Pringles.
He completely bombed.
Because people didn't get Mitch
shit out of that, and they seasoned the fuck out of the jokes. He completely bombed, but all of those jokes are fucking funny.
Mitch became funnier after his death. People didn't really get him.
I think his first CD was very good. The second CD was.
Switching gears over here,
Right.
Darth wants to bring up Alien Earth, which wrapped up this
I don't
week.
want to talk about it.
Said Alien Earth 6.5 overall. If there was no season 2, it was all a waste of time. That means that they messed up when they put pen to paper in the writing room from the very beginning.
I don't.
I have not seen it, so I
can't
wouldn't
excuse
be able to
shows
say
people.
anything.
Well, to be honest with you, Izzy, for those that have seen it, you're in the same seat as us.
Like that?
Peacemaker delivers.
You know, oh, you hadn't seen last night's episode?
No, I was at work.
You're in for a treat. You're in for a treat.
It's a good one.
Remember, they've been amping up. Episode 6 through 8. James didn't let anybody see it outside of the people that were on production.
This is where they're dropping things.
All gas, no brakes from here on out.
Reveal it's Nazi Earth.
That was all of our prediction when we were doing the members only stream last night before the show. Like this has got to be the reveal episode, and then you got to like structure everything for the finale, and then the finale.
It only works if he has to wrestle why that makes it the best fucking universe ever.
I think we all know why he thinks it's the best dimension ever. His family's alive
because he's a Nazi.
And people don't people don't hate him. He's hated everywhere he goes except for here.
Yeah, well, sometimes you gotta let them hate you.
Yeah, I think that's what he's gonna learn.
They hate us
because they ain't us.
Yeah. They hate us because the anus? No. They hate us because they ain't us.
George Carlin, Bill Hicks, and Patrice. Those are all good ones.
They are good. I like I'm a big fan of Patrice O'Neill. I'm a big fan of George Carlin. Hicks is great as well.
Amazing, man. He's I would say he's the GOAT.
I like how many people trolled Alex Jones for years, saying, "Aren't you just Bill?"
You know who was really good? Bob Saget.
Bob Saget was really good because
he was really good.
Going from Danny to himself was just jarring.
Mm-hmm.
He was funny.
He kind of still kept the same character tone, like he still had the mannerisms, but he was like
his material wasn't
like,
great. His personality is great. He's a genuinely funny person.
Mm-hmm.
His material was mid at best.
Yeah,
I'm not a huge fan, but I would always watch him on something. Like if he was being interviewed or part of a panel, he'd be funny in that. I'm a fan of Louis C.K. I think that he's still hilarious.
Did y'all watch the roast of Bob Saget on Comedy Central? That was like that
was years ago.
Yeah, that was like 2007.
That's when Norm did the compliment jokes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those Comedy Central roasts were amazing. They're all on Paramount Plus if you haven't seen them, and they hold up really well.
I don't pay for the Paramount Plus.
I do, man. I love it. And Tulsa King is back now too. Let's go, man. Did you watch episode 1, Rob?
I didn't. I didn't realize it dropped already. I thought it was coming out like next week or something.
It comes out on Sundays. Yeah.
Get on my ship and say "yar" and drink some rum. Find that.
Dude, it was good. I really enjoyed it. It was great because I'd watched Alien Earth and I was like, ah. And then they're like Tulsa King. I'm like, yay.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. It was a fun first episode. Hits the ground running, gets right back into things. And Frank Grillo's character from the season 2 that got introduced, I'm already loving the dynamic of, because the way season 2 ended with Stallone and Frank Grillo coming to terms with territory and stuff. But watching them, air quotes here, I guess, work together is freaking hilarious.
Frank Grillo's on 2 shows at the same time. Wow.
He's like Pedro Pascal. We're gonna see Frank Grillo show up in 3 romantic comedies, some art house drama. Then he's gonna join the MCU, and that's gonna be when people stop giving a shit.
He's already in the MCU.
No, he's gonna be in the MCU 3 more times. He's gonna be Crossbones Senior.
He's already been in Creature Commandos, Superman, Peacemaker.
He's going to show up in one post-credit scene with bleached white hair, and then the rest.
I would love if they do it.
Just for
if
men.
they just do the bleach white hair. I'd love to see them do it.
Alien Earth was disappointing. Facts. The hybrids were scarier than the aliens. Dude, what got me, that show just lost the plot at episode 4. Episode 5 was fantastic as a standalone installment into the alien lore and universe, and everything after it was pointless and stupid. Like you just watched the car fall apart as it was
There's
driving.
just so many interesting things that could have gone so many different ways.
This is a very good observation.
None of them went great. Pascal's great.
I think that's a weird statement. Pascal, he's like when actors get older and they've been around for decades, they stop acting and you're just casting them for the personality that they have because that's what's coming to set. Harrison Ford is a great example. Sean Connery, but that's what you want them for. You want Harrison Ford to be Harrison Ford in this movie. Pedro Pascal started that way. He's just Pedro Pascal, and whatever you put him in, you're going to get this, just this, which is fine if it fits the plot and stuff. And there's numerous things I think that he's pretty decent in. He was terrible in Wonder Woman. He's good in Mandalorian.
I think he's one of the best things about Wonder Woman 84 was his cartoon.
You need to go watch that movie again when you're watching him just screaming Alistair for 10 minutes straight.
At least he was taking a swing in that terrible.
He was good in Last of Us, and
yes, and he's just Mandalorian in The Last of Us. He's quiet. He walks around and he does cool stuff from time to time. He's the Mandalorian.
Right now, the thing with Pedro Pascal is that he's at the point that he's overexposed because he's the type of guy that takes all the jobs, and now he's at a point where he's everywhere.
Yeah,
and
he's
he
white Samuel
L.
Jackson, who happens to be somewhat Latin.
Somewhat Latin.
He's not really like Latin or whatever.
And to be honest, we were talking about SNL. He had the best episode of SNL 2 years ago. When he did SNL, almost all his skits were great.
I think Nate Bargatze is my favorite modern SNL guest. That the weights and measures thing, I think
the weights and measures
still
was great.
And even when they did the Christmas special for Paramount,
special,
oh my God,
he did it in the Emmys too. They did it in the Emmys.
Yes.
So, but with Pedro Pascal, man, he had the mama, the overprotected Spanish mama, and he redid it with Bad Bunny. That was great.
I think Shane Gillis is SNL.
He also did the skit with the skit where he was like in a coma. He came out from his coma. He just had like another accent. Like, oh yeah, that was funny. Like
I didn't see any of those.
Pedro Pascal's been good as much, if not more, than he's been bad. He's overexposed.
I think he's
overexposed. That's
as
what it
an
is.
actor, I think he's more fitting for drama roles because of his temperament. He's
just been in so many things. It's a sheer numbers game. That some of them have to be not great. Like by law of averages, some of them are going to be less good, if not bad. That's just the way it works out.
And to be fair, he's been around for a long time.
I know
De Niro's got some
an actor that's been in a lot of movies. It has a massive filmography. Can you tell me which one in their massive filmography did Leo deliver a bad performance?
Have you seen that fucking piece of shit, Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah,
it's terrible. That was a good movie. What are you talking about?
I said, did Leo deliver a bad performance? And that was a good movie.
Pascal's forgettable. Pascal's not. The only thing about him is he's forgettable. Like his roles don't stand out. In my opinion, Fantastic Four was terrible. Like that was a terrible role for him to be in. Like what the fuck?
That movie was great.
But he was such a puss, a wimp. It was weird.
I don't know. I think he doesn't stand out in that movie because everything else is so good. I think he is the kind of blah character, but that in that case, every other character gets a chance to shine, in my opinion.
It could have been anybody.
Look,
that's what I'm saying.
Set us straight, Caroline. Set us straight.
We need to talk about xenomorph ovulation because it doesn't get talked about enough. And we need to respect the feminine products of xenomorphs and market them because there's not enough K-cups for them. You know,
Jesus Christ.
Ew.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
come in and set the tone.
We're
straight.
definitely the right audience for that right now.
Correct.
Here.
I
we're
know.
doing
I was
today.
like, we need to talk about periods.
Oh my god.
I found an ex-girlfriend's Diva cup in her medicine cabinet, and I was like, "What is this?" And she's like, "Don't worry about that. I don't use it." I said, "What is it?" And she's like, "It's a Diva cup." And I immediately, it clicked in my head, and I was like, "Oh, gross." And she was like, "Yeah, it actually is very gross, and it's not a good idea. And some holistic bitch at the bar talked me into it, and I'm never using that thing ever again." So I've heard that is a terrible, terrible thing.
So there is a recent little thing that I saw, and this poor guy, he has this K cup, and this woman is holding it, his wife's holding it with a fucking
Why is this the conversation?
Right?
Why is this the
Ovaries
conversation?
have
Well, yeah.
entered
What are we
You know what,
doing
I'm-
here?
For the
You
record,
came in
Talking
strong, you
about-
delivered the
Because talking
joke,
about
and then we're
blood
gonna
coming
beat it
out of my
into the ground.
hoo-ha is less
Oh,
painful
wow.
than talking about Pedro Pascal.
I was
Oh,
gonna
Oh,
say, for
okay.
the-
That,
for the
that,
record,
that,
Back around,
I'll
I
take
went
that.
full
Yeah.
circle.
Pedro
Yeah.
the period Pascal.
Nice landing. Great
Hey,
Is
landing.
is that part of a
Dead
cycle?
my uterus, Pascal. Sorry.
that
Does
part
that
of a
mean
cycle?
that you're not a fan?
Only
I-
Tampax can sop up his mediocrity.
Is anybody going to New York Comic Con? Any of you guys going to NYCC?
Izzy will
Is
be
you
there.
going? Hell yeah,
I'll be there
dude.
for 5 days now. It's now
I'll
5
see you,
days.
dude. We should meet up, bro. I'll be
You
there.
going to the retailer event?
I'm flying in, so I can't go Wednesday because the night before that is the Mark Spears Halloween bag midnight release, and we're doing this big show, and all these stores are taking part. So I have to do that. So I'll be getting into New York Wednesday night at like 8 p.m.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there all weekend.
Sweet, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
dude, I'm looking forward to it.
Wednesday, but dude, you're gonna miss Wednesday. Wednesday's the big night.
Izzy's
How
like the
is Wednesday the big
granddaddy.
night?
He's the granddaddy of NYCC.
no,
What is happening
DJ
Wednesday
is going to
that's
be
making-
there.
Yeah,
He's
what's
a-
making
he's a
Wednesday?
little
No,
granddaddy.
DJ is the
He's the
celebrity.
Gandalf.
You know,
DJ
we all
is a
have different
granddaddy,
roles.
so he'll be
He's-
at.
He's a cameraman.
Well, no, he's a granddaddy now. Remember?
Wow.
So he'll
That's
be
right,
at.
he is a granddaddy.
So
You guys
at
old now.
NYCC, he'll be the
He
granddaddy.
is. And you know, he's getting really fucking old, and only old men like corn muffins, so it
I mean,
makes a lot of sense.
we say that, although he
His
doesn't
corn
actually have
muffin
a grandchild
consumption
to
is what
hold.
led to his grandfatherness.
I bet you eat them corn muffins, you get in the mood. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To
I
tell
didn't know
your
there was
kids
an
to make more kids.
aphrodisiac property to a corn muffin, but
You wouldn't think there
learn.
is, but it's real.
If you
So Brian, what's their plan for New York anyway?
So I have a ton of shit, dude. It's fucking packed. So I'll be giving out. I'll have 100 of the blind bags to give out for free. I did it. And so I'll be
what?
handing out. Yeah. So I'll be handing out blind bags to Mark Spears fans. I'll be finding Mark Spears fans, and then I'll be recording it and doing content on it.
fun.
Throw a marble into a large crowd, you'll find one.
Yeah. And then I've got, you know, meetings galore, like with a lot of people that is, you know, fun. I try not to do much content at cons. I like to hang out, you know what I mean?
get that.
So, but if I don't know if you go out at night or anything, if you go hit the bars at night, but
So we're gonna. So I'm gonna be doing a
Freaks
few
come out at
things
night.
during the weekend. So there's a couple of after party shows that I think I'm gonna be doing. I know there's an event on Thursday night that I'm doing, and then I'll hang out anyway, man. You tell me what place to go, and I'll
after
be
the
there.
party is the
Yeah.
after
So
party.
Thursday night
After
there's
that
that.
party is the
The
hotel lobby.
I heard that.
Yeah, right.
Thursday night there's a this mixer. I think that is it ICV2
Yep,
and
I'll be there.
Winter is putting on. Okay.
The Catalina
there.
wine mixer?
Yeah, yeah. It's awesome. They
fucking
just
ready
mix
for the
things up.
Catalina
It's
wine
great.
mixer.
It's great stuff. I'll be in that one. I got my
All
tickets
right.
for that.
I'll
one.
see you there. I'll see
Yeah,
you
I'll be
there
there.
then.
When is
I'm looking
it?
forward to this. This is my first time in New York. First
Oh, yeah?
time ever. Yeah.
You're gonna see the difference between New York and San Diego. Everything is in that one spot. Where in
Yeah,
San Diego, it's kind of like the whole city is Comic-Con. New York is
In
just
San Diego, the hobos are on the beach, and in New York, the hobos are angry, my friend. Be ready.
Yeah, don't go into dark alleys
or any well-lit alleys. Don't do that either.
How about this? Just don't go into alleys.
The street seems fine when the French president was just having to walk for 30 minutes down the streets of New York, taking selfies with people because he couldn't drive. The motorcade couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah. I take the escalator too.
No, he didn't have the French president didn't have a problem with the escalator. His staff didn't press the stop button.
That was great though. I found that one of the funniest things I've seen. Just looking at
thing about New
now,
York,
the funniest thing was literally watching the French president at a barricade, unable to go anywhere because it was blocked for Trump's motorcade, and he'd pick up his cell phone and call Trump and say that he can't go anywhere because they've got the whole streets blocked off for him, and then basically have to just walk down the street.
Yeah,
pausing for selfies along the way. It's like, ugh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they extended New York Comic Con now to Wednesday. So,
When?
But Wednesday's retailer day.
Retailer only, yeah. That's actually a really good thing. That's Reed Pop being smart.
About time too.
Is that vendors or retailers? Is there
retailers?
Anybody who has a specialty badge has the ability to go to retailer day, but it's also going to have special signings that are free of charge. So Jim Lee will be doing a signing. Todd McFarlane's doing a sign. Well, McAvoy, I don't know what's happening with him after what I heard. What happened? He got.
What did he do? What did he do?
He someone hit him.
You've been touching them boys.
What does that mean?
He got punched in the bar.
He what?
Was he being a douchebag? Or
I don't know about that. I just know that he was punched in the bar in I think it was Toronto.
Oh,
dude, Nicholas Holt's coming. And Sigourney Weaver.
Reaver? You sound like me now.
Lawrence Fishburne. Dude, I would go to George R.R. Martin's. He's coming. I would go up to him and be like, I don't want your signature. You suck. Tolkien's the best. And then walk away.
Don't say such horrible things.
So pretty much
bring my book and say, hey, can you finish this?
Yeah, right.
RR.
So what they're going to do on retailer day is like everybody's going to do a presentation. So it's more like a summit where you're going to have
all day, dude.
Yeah. So you're going to have different publishers. Pretty much all the major publishers are going to do a presentation. And after the presentation, they're going to have giveaways. And those giveaways are going to be retailer exclusives. Those are the books that people are going to be hunting for. And then you have some signings that will occur. Like I said, Jim Lee's doing a signing. Todd McFarlane's going to be doing a signing. And they're going to be free of charge. They're waiving the fees for those signings, which is a big deal.
Did y'all see what Image decided to do to help benefit brick and mortar comic shops?
Yeah, I saw that. I like that. I actually do like that.
I got the email earlier this week where Image reached out and said that all the brick and mortar comic shops will be getting collected volumes, hardbacks, trade paperbacks. They'll be getting early access to them 27 days ahead of any big box store like Walmart or Target or Barnes and Noble, to give them the, like, whenever you see something hit FOC for a collected volume, it's only going to be for those comic shops. You won't be able to go to those other places and get it. So order from your LCS or go get it from your LCS. It's phenomenal.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun night, fun day.
It's time for me to head out.
I'm looking forward to that day.
Head off to Romania.
Any variants that you're keying in on?
You know what? Not really.
All right, Rob.
I don't have like what I do with New York Comic Con with the variants I pick up, I usually just flip them because I don't have any desire for them like that. You know what I mean?
Bam Margera's going to be there.
Possibly.
I think the only one I kept from last year.
You could book him. That don't mean he'll be there.
Yeah. Remember the Absolute Batman one? That's the one I kept. So
yeah.
Everything else I kind of flipped them because it's I'll be honest, it's easy money.
I at San Diego I started doing the whole jumping on whatnot while I'm there and just flipping them as soon as I get them.
Yeah.
Because it'll dude, it's so expensive. New York is way too expensive, dude. I spent the amount of money I spent on my ticket and my hotel was the amount of money I spent for all of San Diego. Was more
How
than
much
the amount of
was the
money I spent.
hotel?
$4,000 for Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. 5 nights, $4,000. 2 queen beds. It's me and Leg, and it blew me away how expensive that was.
Should have gone with the single queen.
You know what I would have done? I'll be honest with you. Obviously, you would have known this, but there's actually places in Jersey, like good hotels. I'm talking about good hotels.
I don't want to be. We got the hotel closest to the con.
That's why.
You're
You're talking about Midtown prices here.
Yeah, we're a block away.
Yeah, that's why. That's why they knew. They knew.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna get you.
I'll pay it because it's worth it to me, man. Being close to the con, and if I need to take a shit, I could just go back to the hotel. You know what I mean? I don't have to worry about it.
It's a long way to walk still to take a shit, man. There's going to be restrooms
Well,
there.
first of all, to get out of the con, it's going to be a pain in the butt. Because the thing is, with the place is so overcrowded, especially even on Thursdays, the place is crowded already. And to get to places, there's plenty of bathrooms there, so you just find that you got to find the right bathroom. There's some spots there.
There's
I know that. I get it. That was a joke. Maybe a bad joke, but a joke.
Go to the alley.
Or you go to the alley where other people are taking.
Yeah, where all the hobos are going to stab you.
I feel like that's Baltimore. What's worse, Baltimore or New
They're going
York?
to shoot you.
They probably
New York is way worse than Baltimore because the nice areas of Baltimore aren't that bad. All of Baltimore
was rough.
Baltimore, that's the following week, man.
Baltimore was rough, man. I went to Baltimore and I saw fucking the craziest shit, and that is
man, we're the fucking craziest
centralized
town in the world.
Is that where you're from, bro? Holy cow,
I live
bro!
in Baltimore. I work in
It's
Baltimore.
mean as fuck out there, bro.
Dude, Brian, 2 years ago I was at Baltimore, and I stick around for the Ringo Awards afterwards, hoping my boy Justin Birch will win, which he doesn't.
No, Justin Birch, man, come on.
He never gets to win, man. But afterwards, we hang out in the bar. So I end up in a hotel outside of the Baltimore, and I got a pretty good hotel, but I had to drive, so I go into the car, and the GPS took me in this crazy route. I don't know where it took me, right? But I'm driving, and I see a restaurant. I think it might have been like a Denny's or something like that. But I see a police car with the sirens on, and I see a car that hit a pole, and you see the police running. Then as I keep driving forward, I ended up in like this abandoned railroad that I'm like, what the hell is this GPS doing? That ended up being a closed street, so I had to go through a different route. All that just to get to the hotel that was supposed to be 10 minutes away. And yeah, I know rough is rough, man. So
dude, we were walking like a block from the con.
I know exactly what you're talking about too.
We were walking a block from the fucking there's like this area in Baltimore Comic Con where all the people that are locals hang out on the steps of the 7-Eleven. You know what I'm probably talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
across the street.
Yeah. So we're walking by that one night.
Century Bank Plaza.
And one of the dudes we're walking with is fucking drunk as fucking shit. And the dude's asking directions, and one of the kids tells him, and the kid goes, "That'll be $20." And next thing I know, dude, it turned into like we're being surrounded by like.
Why are you stopping
kids.
And talking to people?
Oh, we're not stopping, bro. We're not
like,
stopping.
What kind of asking somebody questions? Don't ask anybody questions.
Exactly.
You got a Google machine in your pocket. Like, what?
Yeah.
No, when we got there, me and my boys got there one year, and there was like a whole bunch of squeegee boys. That all they do is like they cleaned up the squeegee with the windows, and they were just like everywhere. And then it was in the news.
Yeah,
that
you know
like
what you do to a squeegee boy in the street? You run them the fuck over. Run them over.
It's like a red light district around there too, in that area, like 3 blocks away.
Crazy, dude. It's crazy.
4 blocks, Baltimore Street. It's called.
I don't want to deal with any of that.
It's the most famous
away
red
from
light
that
district on the East Coast. Yeah. Beautiful. It's a great place to go to the Hustler Club.
When New York?
And pay it. No, the Hustler Club on the block.
Oh, there's one there too.
Yeah, I mean they're like fucking TGI Fridays of titties.
Well, there's a Hustler Club in New York. actually the Hustler
Came
Club.
for the potato skins.
Yeah, it's called the Hustler Club. There's one in New York. There's one in Los Angeles. There's one in Baltimore. There's one in Atlanta. There's one in Dallas, I believe. They're all over the place. Like fucking Hooters, but with cooters.
How would you like your wings?
Yeah.
Extra
Yeah, well.
saucy, please.
I think
Yeah,
Baltimore's lost its magic now that Diamond is no longer around.
That is a problem.
They still
for
got a pretty
Baltimore.
good guest list, though.
Well, Baltimore's a big show because of the Ringos, and that has very little to do with Diamond still.
Mhm.
But every show has an art award thing now.
So
Ringos aren't as big as they used to be.
they're not as big as they used to be.
Yeah, but the after party is always good.
The Ringo's after party is a fantastic time, always. And in addition, Baltimore has as many, if not more, books than any con I've ever been to, and the only one I hear has more is Heroes.
Yes. So Baltimore is going to focus more on being a comic book con.
Yeah, always has.
But it's still,
It's
don't
still
like
not
that it's a
Heroes
week
Con.
afterwards. I don't like that it's a week afterwards. It should have happened already. It's a September show, and they moved it to October after New York, which is, I think, the stupidest move.
And the problem is, I'm going on a week vacation to Florida that I can't afford, that I've already paid for the week before, from like the 5th through the 11th. So like the next weekend is Baltimore. So we're doing Epic Universe. We're doing Halloween Horror Nights, Universal Studios, and fucking Carson keeps saying he's doing Disney on Monday and Tuesday.
Smart days.
Tuesday, though, is I might end up hanging out with them because the people I'm going with, Chad from Comcore, are going to a wedding. So we're supposed to be crashing the reception. I don't know what's going on. So I'm trying to avoid going to Disney, but if I can convince them to go to Epcot for some food and wine festival, that might be worth dropping like $400.
Well, isn't Universal getting more tourists because of Epic Universe now?
I don't know exactly what the whole deal is as far as what the breakdown is, but every time I've gone to Universal in the past couple of years, the theming has gotten incredible.
It's getting more packed.
All of the Harry Potter stuff is incredible. Epic Universe has the Ministry ride now, which is supposed to be really great. It's got all the Universal Monster stuff.
Universal Monsters. It has Super Mario World now.
It has all the Nintendo Land stuff. We've got the How to Train Your Dragon universe stuff is going to be there. So we're doing 3 days. 2 days is going to be like split between Islands of Adventure and the original Universal Studios, and the third day we're going to be at Epic, and then I believe it's Wednesday night, the 8th, we're going to Halloween Horror Nights.
That's cool.
I bought the fucking fast pass for that, dude. Halloween Horror Nights, like $100, right? The fast pass, so you can get on each house without waiting in the giant line. $278. $278. Otherwise, you're going to get to do like 3 houses over the course of 6 hours. But I'll be able to do all 10
in a weird way,
and
it's
ride
kind of worth
rides.
it, right?
You know what? I don't think anything is worth it, but everybody else I'm going with is getting that, and I'm not going to be the only one not fucking doing it. Like, it's a last minute like book trip. They're like, you gotta come. I'm crashing at somebody's Airbnb. My father flies all over the place for his job, so he's never going to spend all of his airline points. So I'm getting a free flight. So it's like my whole motto for this trip is maximum fucking impact. I'm going to make the most of this trip, and yeah, I'm not going to be the only odd one out not going on the fucking Terrifier house, because it's like a 280-minute wait. What it was the other night. Fucking ridiculous. I'm going to walk on to that fast pass. I'm going to look at everybody waiting in line. I'm going to tell them to suck my dick, and they're probably going to kick me out of there. I'm gonna go get drunk in the parking lot.
Well, at least you have a plan.
The thing is, in the parking lot is a Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville, so I think I'm gonna be okay.
Margaritaville, yep, right in
City Walk shall
City Walk,
provide.
man. City Walk has some great spots.
Dude,
Where
Universal
is
is dope.
Universal.
Orlando.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's MegaCon, right? Are you guys gonna go to MegaCon? Yeah, I'm gonna do that this year too.
I've heard terrible things about MegaCon.
It's fun for the celebrity meet stuff. It's not a good
MegaCon
Comic-Con
is
show.
one of those shows that it's kind of like C2E2 in a way.
Check out all my Funko Pops.
It's Fan Expo's big show. So
I want to go to OAX in Florida. I think it's it's Orlando. Dude, Julie Bell's gonna be there. I have got to meet Julie Bell.
Who's Julie Bell?
You don't know Julie Bell?
Cut your nuts off.
Like,
I'm gonna bite. Who the fuck is Julie Bell?
Really? You know Boris?
Who the fuck is Stu Bird?
Okay, do you know who's Boris?
This is Julie Bell.
Lady Rawhide?
Yeah, she drew this. This is
Julie
one of the
Bell's
so
a
this was
phenomenal
basically
artist.
Julie Bell used herself as the model back then. But like she's one of the like highest.
What does she look like now?
Question.
She's still gorgeous. She
Are
just
they
has gray
saggier,
hair.
though?
Julie Bell, she did a few Marvel masterpieces in the second version. That's kind of like where I got to know her style. But she's married to Boris
She
Valero.
and Boris are like so 1996 Marvel masterpieces. She and Boris did the entire 100 card set. Just those two artists. And they're like some of the most beautiful art. If you can find a box, like I just sent it to my friends yesterday, a sealed box of that right now is on eBay going for $6,000 and it's not ended yet.
For real?
For real.
Marvel masterpieces?
96.
That's crazy.
Dude, she's awesome, man.
I know.
I mean, I'm not denying. I'm just displaying my ignorance.
I got a buddy who buys a bunch of that OA from those cards.
Let me show you just something she's done that's beautiful. All right, let's get that window just so you can see how beautiful her style is.
I don't want it.
He has a face.
Mark, can you blow this one up? Well, I didn't mean me. I'm talking about what's in the screen share. Look at that.
Ooh.
Look at the detail.
Look at them abs.
Look at the set that's from 96. Like that's the Phoenix card from 96.
Look how muscular her moose knuckle is.
Every single card is done original art by Boris. And
This
Julie.
ain't no digital work. Nothing against digital artists, but this ain't digital. This is all paint.
That's
oil paint.
Yeah.
That's AI.
This is not AI. This is the real thing.
Here.
These are real.
What kind of fabric?
This bird is real.
That it tucks under her tits so perfectly. What is?
Let's see if I find another one for you.
Wow.
That's how good her style is, man. That's how good Julie Bell artwork is.
Yeah.
It's so
Here's just like the I'm gonna show you guys I'll put this in here. Click on this and show them like
good, though, but that's not Julie
click on this and just look at the picture.
Perillo.
And just the checklist card. I'm sitting like that's just the checklist card. It itself is going for $500.
Jesus.
A card that's a checklist.
But it's got to be a perfect 10 to be going for that much.
Look at it and look how beautiful it
is
is.
Anatomically way off.
Okay, you do better.
Because I have those masterpiece cards. I'm pretty sure I have them sitting in this fucking desk drawer right here.
That's what I tell everybody about Frank Miller when they are bashing Frank Miller covers. I'm like, yeah, show me yours.
Yeah, where's your portfolio?
I'm like the ultimate Frank Miller troll. I try to be at least. It's just fun.
I like
buy his books. I'll post them.
You
Like,
want to see Jacked? I'll show you Jacked. Look at that thing.
I remember that. I remember that image. Who did that one?
That's Julie Bell.
Boris or Julie?
This
Yeah,
is Boris. This is Boris.
That is awful.
He looks like it looks like he should be like on a NASCAR ad or some shit from the 90s.
It's just not. That's just awful.
That's Boris' work.
That's far from awful. It's a very interesting.
That is not good.
Okay.
What are you talking
This is a Julie
about?
Bell.
Not good.
Okay.
That's amazing.
That's really good.
They did a lot of heavy metal books.
You don't. You can be
Wait,
anybody.
hit that one on
in
the far
art.
right, Izzy. No, go back. Go back.
Yeah,
That's good. I like that.
Izzy, go back real quick.
Sure.
The top right, the little fist. What is up with that one?
The
It's
top right,
terrible.
you said?
It's also
Yes, that. Click on
Oh, the
it.
Hulk?
Hulk close up.
That looks
Look at his
awful.
hair.
Ugh.
That's Boris.
Looks like he was bit by Dracula.
These are
Where's
but
the
these
light
are original
coming from?
paintings though. So look at
Look
It's
at that
coming from-
Wolverine. Look
coming
how
from
terrible that
within.
fist of
Wolverine is.
anger.
I think that's
Is that Quasar?
This?
That's Thor.
No,
No, it's not.
no, it's not.
Well, I can't tell with that.
That's
angle.
It's not
Quasar.
Thor.
That Wolverine's terrible. Look at that one.
Dude, I like how weird it looks. It all has this uncanny valley feel to it.
Yeah, it's just subpar.
Go up, hit the Wolverine on the top right. God dang it. Look at,
It's
wow,
just
look how
like-
weird it looks.
It's like perfect production value on something that's just really not that great.
It's nostalgia.
That's why
that
it,
Wait, was
that's
that
why
his
it
hair?
looks like it's why
Was
it
that
looks
his
like
hair
behind
AI.
it?
Look at his
Look
hair.
Look at his hair back there.
Someone didn't go to
Look
the.
over his right ear. What is going on there?
That's all hair,
Right,
man.
go back to the Wolverine
Nah,
because
that's just
I remember
bad.
these from when I was a kid. Go up and
Yeah,
over.
the
to
Wolverine I
far right.
like.
But I like how weird it looks.
Look at his eye.
What the
Look at
fuck
his-
is
Look at
that?
his mask. Look at how he did his
The
mask.
fuck is that? That's terrible.
What's this artist's
This is
name?
This is Julie Bell. This is back in '94, though.
I want to meet her too, so I can punch her in the box. That's awful.
Dude, that's.
I want to see
You
you
were fucking.
remotely try this.
To be honest with you, I absolutely love this
I can
stuff
make
'cause
something
it
that's
takes me
awful.
I
back.
love it.
Yeah, I absolutely love this stuff and its oddness.
Ugh.
That you can say
Terrible.
that it's terrible. Like
It looks
this
like
was
AI.
some of the best shit that we had.
Oh,
This
Like,
is, yeah,
it
this is what we
broke
had back in the day.
barriers.
oh,
This was
Oh,
fine art.
Samurai.
from
Look at his head. Wow, his head's a little too big, though.
looks like it's
I'll
been
admit to that.
painted by autistic amputees.
Okay.
Julie Bell took a lot of Tylenol. Don't judge her.
That is
That's
a big
Boris.
ass face
That's-
for a
It was-
small ass
it was-
body.
It was recommended at the time.
Is that Judo Master?
That's Silver
No,
Samurai.
Samurai.
It's Silver Samurai.
Why
But
is he the
if he was a
proportions
little
of the television's Judo Master?
He looks like a little person.
Yeah, he does.
Well, have you seen the original movie? You saw the Wolverine, man. It's probably close.
Yeah, Wolverine looks
These
like
are
Joker.
these are from the Fleer cards, right?
Marvel Masterpieces
Look at Void
That's all right. That's all
or
right.
Fleer Ultra O.
That's working. I like that.
working. Baby got back.
It's got butts. It's got
Like
butts.
this one I really like.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Now
That
the real
costume
question is
gets
that
right up in that
supposed to be
crack.
like is that supposed to be like little sperms trying to impregnate her?
Oh, there are all kinds of
Now,
big ass
Kevin,
sperms,
I think
bro.
you need to calm down with those claims. I think she's better than Boris.
I think she is
Okay.
better than Boris.
I
I'll
don't know
admit to
about
that.
that. I'm
Thus
looking
far,
at
looking
Boris'
at these
stuff right
pieces,
now, and
she's
she
much
ain't-
better than Boris.
I don't know. She ain't touching these Boris pieces. I'm
These
looking at.
Boris pieces make me want to
But again, if you look at their stuff in heavy metal,
But that's what I'm looking at. All their fantasy work.
I
seems
have
to
that
be
card.
exceptional
I love the
compared to
Shadowcat
their
card.
superhero
Yeah.
stuff.
this is Julie.
Oh my gosh, this Superman versus Darkseid by Boris is one of the.
Oh,
coolest
yeah, so
pieces
the
I've seen.
99 hey, Mark, the DC
They-
versus Marvel card set, Boris and
Yeah,
Julie
they are.
did art on that.
That's
So do they always
that's
work
it.
Julie
together?
Bell.
Are they a couple or what?
They're
Yeah.
a couple.
They're a
but
married couple.
They do their own
They're
stuff
a
though.
couple of
I thought they were a
freakazoids.
common law couple.
Couple of common law freakazoids.
No, they're like
That's what I'm
married.
talking about.
Come on.
So that's
Who
Julie
doesn't
Bell.
love a good horse?
Anybody's painting a horse like that knows how to get down.
Look at that.
That's really good.
She became a bodybuilder because she wanted to learn how to draw the body, like the human body, and like so she could draw.
Why didn't you just read a
If you
book?
want
It'd have been a
anybody
lot
want a
easier.
picture of Rosie?
No.
But
And
look
her
how cute
man just
Rosie is,
dropped
man.
acid so he could turn a fucking Wolverine mask inside
Give me
out.
some steak.
Put it on the Joker.
How about some
I
I
Drag.
drag?
decided to
Fantasy
go to
shit.
veterinarian
That shit
school
right
so I
there
could
is
learn how to
cool.
feed a dog.
Look at that.
Yep.
And these are original paintings.
Canvas, big ass ones too.
It's pronounced canvas, but go on.
Boss. Look at that.
Fuck yeah.
That one's cool.
Curveball, that's actually a gag ball, and these people are really tiny.
No, she's a pirate queen of the bubble frontier, bitch.
The bubble frontier. The fuck
No
you know
shit.
about the bubble frontier?
Yo, man,
That's
you
on
know.
me. That's
You're
on me.
dealing with the
I'm
bubble
sorry.
frontier. Up. We got some.
Like Princess
like that.
Bubblegum.
I'm not gonna highlight this one, but you know,
Era and Draco, do
it's
it.
art.
It is art.
Yeah,
art
titties
right
be
there.
art,
Dude,
bro.
click on it, bitch.
You want me to
Don't
click on it?
listen to
Okay.
Caroline, is he? I'm
There you
not
go.
telling you not to, but I'm saying as a rule in life, don't ever let Caroline be your Jiminy Cricket.
Let me be your Jiminy Cricket. I will take you.
Caroline, I want
that's
you to be
just
my Jiminy
Basic
Cricket.
safety.
I will take
Who
you.
doesn't want to ride? Sail
That's
away
what-
like
that
this.
makes
Look
me-
at
that
that
makes you think
silver
of Lobo.
shark.
That's
That's a
super
little
cool.
wild. So that's
that's
like
cool,
80s.
Sail
That's heavy
away,
metal.
Sail away, sail away. Sail
We heard it. We heard it. We heard it.
That's like you tripping acid.
That was
I'm
too
gonna
good.
ride
We're
a
gonna get a
fucking metal
copyright
shark through
strike.
space.
Remember the
Everybody's
episode
in the speakers.
of South Park where they're all cheesing and Cartman's having his heavy metal experience? He's
Cheesing my
tripping
fucking
balls from
balls off.
cheesing.
Yeah, look at this one. This one's good. Tell me this is not good. This one looks great.
No, that's great. That Wolverine, on the other hand, you can't tell me it's good. Those Hulks, you
I've
can't
seen
tell me
worse.
they're good. No, you
I've seen
haven't.
worse.
No, you haven't.
I've seen worse. Yes,
You
I
haven't.
have.
You have not seen worse selling for
It's
as
just
much.
this is the same as like fucking criticizing like football players, you know, like when they're
No,
playing
it's
in
not.
the game.
Fo-
It's like
football players. It's a meritocracy completely.
I have no idea what's going on here.
it was art.
This
It's
one,
like we criticize all these really talented people and we couldn't
this
do
one,
anything close to
I
them.
don't know what's going on here. This was weird.
I can paint some weird surrealist shit and then call
Not
it
even
fucking
close.
anatomically correct.
Not even close. You could.
I really could.
I want to see it tomorrow.
I think no, I'm
Tomorrow.
not making it. I don't. You're not my Jiminy Cricket anymore.
There you go.
Anymore.
Make too
Newsflash,
many
I never
fucking
was your Jiminy.
demands.
I was never your Jiminy.
Jiminy?
Yeah, that's you know what? It's when I feel I looked down and there was only one set of footprints because I was walking the fuck alone.
Operator.
Couldn't get no one to
Operator.
carry you, Drew.
Nah, nobody would carry my ass.
Oh, this is cool. I like this one.
Oh my god.
Jesus
that.
just like floated on the fucking head and it's like
The
"Catch up,
sorceress's
motherfucker."
flower.
Mm-hmm. It's all about that flower.
Shut up. It
You, what,
is.
you walked in
That
talking
demon
about.
is horny.
Yep, he's definitely horny. It's all about the flower. Look, the flower's right there. Look at the flower.
Hey, it's hand signed by the artist.
I want Julie. Julie's cool.
Oh, look, there was a
I
lady.
remember seeing some of
Wow.
her art, and God, I had this.
Now I know who she is, and I'll never
Look,
forget.
I had
Tell me this lady
sticker,
Death is bad.
I had this sticker album, this X-Men sticker album when I was a kid. It was called X-Men Sanctuary, and it was a sticker album. It comes with the stickers, and as you're reading it, you get the sticker. Or it'd be like a little image from the cartoon, and you'd put it into the book. But the background of each page was a different like artist of a character from different stuff. And I remember her art from that sticker album, and I'm trying like hell to find it online, the inside of that book, and it's impossible. I probably still have the sticker book somewhere around here,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
you know, you don't have
No, what's
it
fucked
is.
up-
Look, yep, look. So inside that sticker book, I've been sitting here looking for it.
That looks like
Look,
Julie. That's
it's
Julie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
that Wolverine.
Yeah, that's Julie.
That's
Yeah.
But you see the little spots where you put the sticker stuff. So that's
Yeah.
Mhm.
If
Yeah,
I had
this
that
is what
sticker
the-
book, that would have made me scratch my eyes out as a youth.
me and my
know
brother both
what?
had one.
I'm glad you didn't have it then.
I could be the coolest blind guy you know.
Well, you're definitely not the coolest blonde guy I know.
That's fucked
Okay.
up.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
show
yeah.
you the worst Wolverine picture ever. That's what
It's
I'm
only
gonna show
because
you.
Mark's slightly cooler. But
We've
not-
already seen it. He
Oh,
just
no.
showed it
This is-
again.
No,
right
this is
now.
it. This is
No,
definitely
that's
the
not
one.
That's not
nearly as bad.
worst Wolverine
That's not
picture.
them.
It's
That's
not
not them.
nearly
That's
as
somebody
bad.
else.
Yeah, is he saying that this is the worst and it's not?
That's
It's
bad
not
art.
nearly as bad.
That's
What do you mean not nearly as bad?
Way worse.
It's
Is it
fucking
even
Beavis and
possible to make
Butthead
the mask
style.
look
It's not
like
just
that?
ridiculous.
no,
Yeah, it's
I
terrible.
think
Awful.
I like the Julie Bell style because of the way
I
that
love
she does
Julie
it
Bell.
differently.
Look at his
Because
teeth.
it looks like it's
that's
fucking
not
hollow
Julie Bell.
ears. That's fucking
That's not Julie
terrible.
Bell.
No,
No, that's
somebody
not
fucked
Julie
up.
Bell. That's actually not good, but
It's not
not
good.
as bad.
This made
Shut
it into
the
a comic book
front
cover.
mouth.
Okay.
So Julie Bell is when the artist takes the Tylenol. That Wolverine is when the character took the Tylenol.
I think that's when the artist
probably
took
ain't wrong in
Tylenol,
saying
and
that.
Julie Bell is when the character and the artist took the Tylenol, and the character and the artist's grandparents were also inundated on Tylenol is generational Tylenol abuse.
Generational Tylenol, yeah.
Yeah, that
I think
Julie
that if
Bell is
you
fucking terrible.
take the
It's
advice
awful.
of doctors that tell you that Tylenol causes autism, that you might or maybe you shouldn't grow
No,
up and have
this is
kids of your own.
Wolverine
I
on Tylenol.
1000% agree. You should probably take the advice from Tylenol, who make Tylenol, who said don't take it when pregnant.
Yeah, I found Wolverine on Tylenol.
There's no
And
correlation.
he was at New York Comic Con.
There's no
Hey, check
causation.
this out.
Zero causation.
According to the people that would be legally liable if something happens and were to be proven. They say
Okay,
don't take
ice
it.
cream causes murders.
I
So
here's
love
a
getting
correlation.
high on ice cream and killing
there's a correlation.
motherfuckers.
Ice cream
Harvard
causes
said that?
violence.
John
Because
Hopkins
you know
said
what?
that?
Every time violence goes up,
That's
ice
Wolverine
cream
on
goes up.
Tylenol. And that was New York Comic Con. I could tell because look, you look up
They
here.
go back
that's New York
farther
Comic-
than 5 years ago. So, what everyone should be asking before anyone accuses
Everybody should
Tylenol,
believe anti-intellectual science from
before anyone
pseudoscientists.
before anyone accuses Tylenol of anything, before anyone writes off and thinks it's safe, they should be wondering why weren't these studies forefronted before? Why were they buried?
Because nobody gives a fuck about women's studies,
I
and
don't-
you don't
I
give a
don't-
fuck about women now.
I don't
Because this is about taking away painkillers from women.
I don't
And
I
so
don't
it's just
trust
like,
big,
fuck, shut
I
up.
don't trust
Shut
big,
up.
big pharma
You know
at
what?
all.
If you don't want to take
One
Tylenol
bit.
to have fucking retard kids, then don't take Tylenol when you're pregnant. Oh, wait, you can't get pregnant. Doesn't matter. Problem solved.
I don't trust big pharma at all, or the process in which a lot of this stuff comes
You shouldn't
to
trust big
market.
pharma, but I also don't trust like
Yeah,
fucking
this isn't
heroin
about the-
addict trying
this
to
isn't
tell
about the
me that
science.
Tylenol
about the-
causes goddamn autism. That's
I think
stupid.
it's
That's
a
autistic.
misplaced aggression to blame.
No, I've
the
spent too much
scientists.
of my time
I'm not talking about
studying
you or
science
to you. It's a
see
misplaced aggression
morons
to blame the
hijack
science
and politicize
versus
science for
the
fucking
big
idiocy.
the big business industry. It's not they could.
Yeah, it's
you know,
about money.
industry.
Okay, but how
Yeah,
is this isn't about money?
agreed.
This is about pushing forward like stupid ideas.
There are no
Listen.
stupid ideas.
Okay. Oh God, this is kindergarten.
There aren't any stupid questions either.
Well, they say it's acetaminophen, and it's not. Acetaminophen doesn't do it. Acetaminophen. I don't believe Bill Gates. I mean, I believe he's got an operating system for a computer, but that's it. I mean, you shouldn't believe like. So when Mark
Bill
says
Gates has done way more philanthropy than he's done operating systems.
when
in his
people are
billionaire
trying, like,
career.
yeah, he's done more. Like, well, just don't trust don't trust people trying to push more pills on you. You should always be wary of people trying to push pills on you.
Remember, did any of y'all watch the it was a little limited series called Painkiller. It was about the rise and fall of Purdue Pharmaceutical.
Yes.
And it showed you
Yes.
and it showed you how despite like there's good science that is done every day, but you'll see how the people in business suits that stand to gain money, they'll take the good science, they'll take the bad science, they'll leave what they can't use.
Well,
They'll take
to them,
Caroline,
it's
Jesus
approved.
Christ. Let me finish out the
All
damn
right,
thing.
I know what you're saying.
They'll take all this stuff and they'll go through the agencies and they'll use their influence and their money to get their product to market despite all the good science that says all these things about it. And then we as consumers, we suffer greatly for it. That isn't the only time that's happened in history, nor is it still goes on every day.
Yeah, they try to prescribe it for off-label shit.
That's what people are trying to
yes,
that's
so
where the
this is what
concern
Purdue Pharma was doing, is that the Purdue Pharma, the scientists did the work. They knew how highly addictive it was. The people, the shareholders didn't give a fuck, and so they wanted to sell it anyways. So they went and they pushed it as hard as they could to doctors, and they said, if you sell our product, you'll get a 2-week cruise. And, if you do these, there are monetary incentives.
You skipped like 90% of, like 99% of the dirty processes that went through getting it through like approval, getting it through FDA stuff.
Got to go through clinicals. If it goes through clinicals, then it passes.
No,
like,
but that's where the process is. Like it can go through clinicals, and despite what clinical says,
so you can pay lots of money, millions and millions of dollars, to forego certain studies and clinicals to like go faster.
And here's the sad
only
part,
pharmaceuticals. Huh?
And here's the sad part. You can go through clinicals, and despite what clinical says, you can still use your money and influence to get stuff to market, despite what clinicals say. And that's the reality we live in, that people keep just like glazing over. Like this has been said that it's okay, so it has to be okay because X, Y, or Z, when reality is very different than X, Y, or Z. There's more letters than just X, Y, and Z that need to be applied to the situation.
Look, man, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to down a bunch of red 40 dye and fucking gas station boner pills.
I
didn't know that shit was gonna kill me. I didn't know I had
go.
microplastics in my penis. Like,
am
what
a
is going on
microplastic.
with the ecosystem of my scrotum? I don't even know anymore.
So
All I know is
you
that I don't
can
trust
see
any
that
of
they
these
can-
companies.
The suppression of good studies, it happens
Of
all the
known
time.
information.
That's the point that people are making. No one's criticizing the known things. They're saying why is more suppressed stuff coming to light, which
Yes.
is the case, which absolutely is undeniably the case.
Yes, because
I
these
don't-
places employ their own scientists. They'll get the answer from their scientists. If it's something they don't want to hear, then they're going to either suppress the information, or their scientists will find data that backs it up, because cherry picking is real.
We would have wondered why autism
Exactly,
on the rise, but
Metcalf. They
nobody
hire
wants
their
to-
own people.
Nobody wants to look
Mhm.
into the fact that all these women are getting pregnant in their 40s after being on antidepressants since they were 13 fucking years old. Like,
You know what? Here's the reason why people that are born with autism, because autistic people be fucking and they be having autistic kids.
yeah, it's
What
not,
is
what
that?
be
What is that show on Netflix?
but autism hasn't been
Maybe
shown to
fucking-
be a
Love on the Spectrum or
genetic
something?
mutation, though.
This is love on the spectrum. You got it right
Yeah.
the fuck here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Austin coming in. The AMA is one of the biggest scams in history.
Yeah, so is the FDA and the EPA, and they're
Mhm.
all
1000%.
systems that need to exist
Hey,
and
if y'all think
persist
for,
to
if
exist
y'all
way
think
more
for
than they
one
need to.
second that anything out there is safe and effective to the degree that you're being told, all you have to do is just simply look up how many of these safe and effective drugs are recalled every year and wonder why they were on the market for so long. It's really that simple.
I think the problem with all of these,
Do it, Marcus. Do it. Do it, please, bro. You got to make some memes out of that.
I think the problem with the AMA and the FDA and the EPA and all of these bureaucracies, it's the same thing that's the problem with corporate entities. It's like
Good old boy clubs.
It's everybody has to justify why
Everybody's
they
got a
have a
price.
job, right? Everybody has to be important. Everything has to be heard.
I don't.
I've
been part of that
that's the thing is,
fucking
like, if
system.
you've got, like, if you have a middle management meeting at any
Hierarchies don't work.
corporation, everybody's going to be like, well, here's my idea. Well, here's
Yeah, and they
my
don't want to do
idea.
any work. They just want to tell people
Yeah,
what to do.
everybody just wants to be fucking heard and be
The
important.
biggest
and
scary part about
justify
the
their
whole
existence.
situation and all of this stuff is when these bad practices go on for so long, and you think, like how Caroline pointed out, like it's these people's jobs to get these safe and effective to the degree that they're going to have them, and then they hand them to doctors. It's doctors' jobs to prescribe them as they're being told they exist. The
They
doctor,
hand them to the pharmaceutical company who market them.
it's not the doctor's job to sit there and do the science on them. That's what the scientists were supposed to do before it got to the doctor. You're telling the doctor, this is what this is, and this is what it does. These are the side effects. Now it's up to you to apply it to your patients. And then, of course, they get influence and stuff. But now imagine a doctor is use Oxycontin, because it's a perfect example of doctors that were prescribing this as they were told it exists, and they were causing unknown damage and harm to people. And their whole existence as a profession is to do no harm. That's
Wait
not
a
the
second,
point I'm
you have a
making. Like,
toothache?
think of it on a doctor's level, though. You're sitting here as a person who I'm trying to heal and help people under this banner of do no harm.
Yeah,
you have sat
doctors
here
were grossly undereducated in pain management.
You have sat here
Nurses
for
had
years.
more pain management training than doctors do.
You have sat here for years and you have prescribed harm to your patients ad nauseum. And you can apply this to other medicines and other practices where things turn and they're like, yo, we got caught. Our hand was in the bag. We've been giving y'all a bad bill of goods. But these doctors and people have been doing direct harm for an extended period of time, how soon do you think it is before, and like when people start calling foul on an industry or saying this is bad, look at this evidence, and people are pushing back, oh no, you're crazy, you're conspiracy theorists, but they've been sitting here harming people. There's going to be
More doctors would talk out on it.
There's going to be a built-in subconsciousness where they're going to not want to think that they've been actually out here harming people. They would have to admit to an excessive number of harmful practices, even though that wasn't their intention. They have to like live with the fact that they have literally caused the deaths of how many overdoses and this and that. It's
who caused those deaths?
The subconscious having to live with a doctor having to realize that all of these overdoses that happen from them middlemanning pills for a pharmaceutical company, they're not reading the package. They're not reading the package inserts and this and that. Like there's a level of it. And think if you're a parent giving these medicines to your children and you didn't know, and how are you supposed to know? You're not going to want to think that you are harming your kids and stuff.
Medi-Cav.
Well, I mean, how many cab drivers do you think there are in the world?
A
New
good
York
bit.
alone?
How many cab drivers do you think are actually good at driving a cab?
In New York alone?
Yes,
you then have to apply
yeah.
that logic to doctors. There's, with as many doctors as there are in the world, there's got to be a bunch of shitty doctors. You know what I mean? Like, not every doctor is
Someone
a
has to be the lowest in their
superstar.
class.
Exactly. Like, just because you can be a doctor doesn't mean you're the smartest person in the world, or the most open-minded, or the most well-read, or the most caring individual. It's you're not gonna get the cream of the crop every time you go out. Everybody's batting average isn't 1,000. So you have to take that into concern when you go see a medical professional. That's why it used to be a big thing. You get a second opinion.
That's the kind of stuff I think about, is like the level that it infects, like a deeper level, from like the doctors to the parents that are making decisions for their kids, and then you turn around and you're being told X number of years later that this was a bad idea, and the guilt that a parent would have to live with, or a good doctor would have to live with. Are they going to be one of the first ones to say, hey, we got some new research, this was a bad idea? Or are they going to be more resistant to say, I think this is a good idea? That's crazy research. I don't believe that. I don't believe that, and continue bad practices until it's like just completely like they're back to the wall.
It's the latter.
Yeah, you're going to continue bad practices. So when good, honest information comes out, they're not going to accept it. They're going to say it's bullshit. They're going to push back of it till they're the last one standing, and they're going to keep harming people. At that point, it's just ignorance and neglect, and they would be like have their practices taken from them or something.
They're also getting this research that is like continually and ongoing when it comes to medicine, is constantly evolving because of the way I would assume, because the way that these experimentations are coming and the way that the data is then extrapolated from them and then reported upon, and then the next breakthrough takes it to a completely different place. So these journals they're publishing every step along the way for a lot of these drugs, because these corporations with these research units they're finding viable reasons to bring these things to market, and it's less about what they started out looking for and more what they find along the way.
Yeah, I think we need to open source, because Caroline and me were having this conversation a few weeks back. If we could open source from the scientist standpoint, where companies don't have these shieldings from their findings and the stuff that they do along the way.
Paywalls are bullshit. Our tax dollars go to these universities to pay for these research studies. You have to get through this fucking paywall to access these studies.
It takes away their ability to gaslight or manipulate the findings and the data and cherry pick stuff. You open source.
It makes people think that they're elite. This knowledge is deserved by the public at large.
That's what I think
and to hide behind paywalls is elitist bullshit.
You're going to hate to hear this, Caroline, but that's one thing that you have to admit. You have to like what RFK is doing, that all the stuff that they're doing is open source research that any and everybody can go get.
So no, what he said, and that's different, but what he's saying is they want to collate information from self-reporting systems, which I think would make it more inaccurate.
No, I'm
But,
talking about
like,
the stuff that they're doing, any and all research that they're doing and coming up with
right.
prescriptions.
We need to keep politicians out of science, period.
Yeah, well, the stuff that I think that's kind of what he's doing by opening up the science to everybody. He's not letting politicians keep the science for themselves. So whether you like him or not, put that on a shelf. I'm talking
He's
about
not
the
a
practice.
scientist. He's a
I'm not talking. He never claims to be. He has
Now,
scientists.
if he wants
who
to
try.
remove like paywalls, I like him
That's
saying
what
that
I'm
he
saying,
wants people to
yeah.
get healthy, and I like him saying if he said something that he wants people to have access
Yes.
to,
All
information.
the science that these departments are doing to come up with any determinations are public accessible information now. That's the
Yeah,
first thing.
no paywalls. That's
He
bullshit.
said all the stuff that all the science
that
and
has to
research
do
the
with
government
the
does when they're telling you that this is a
journals.
mandatory, this is the schedule, this is this. All that information has been private for our whole lives. Not now.
You know
Now
what the
that
problem
now
is?
that research is public.
It's not Tylenol. It's that there are 48 different flavors of Monster Energy drink. There are
What'd you say?
There are 48 different flavors of Monster Energy drink.
Yeah,
They
that's
should have
probably-
stopped
Wait.
at 34.
There are 14 different flavors of Rain Energy drink, right?
They need to catch them.
There are 6 different flavors of Nas Energy drink, and all of these energy drinks are owned by Monster Energy drink. What do you think is in these things?
For Loco.
Because I'm pretty sure it's
caffeine
autism.
is a hell of a drug.
I'm pretty sure if you drink Monster, and I don't know the science behind this, but I'm pretty sure if you drink enough Monster Energy drink and then you knock somebody up, you've just knocked them up with autism.
I drank a Red Bull once, and I'm pretty sure I got autistic from it.
I haven't seen your drawings, but I believe you.
Well, I'm selling them now. So
Trust me, I got the data.
No, we know you're artistic.
Oh yeah. I'm a little bit of
Oh
everything.
no, I thought you said autistic. I was like,
So I'm gonna.
No, we all know
Izzy.
Izzy has the autism.
he does have the autism. He's touched
There you go.
autism.
So you got that one. That one's going.
That's cool.
Obviously, some of you seen this one already.
Mm-hmm.
It's got LeBeau in it.
Yeah.
LeBeau. Look at LeBeau.
Oh, I think. Have you guys heard of tritium?
And
I think you
Dystrophy.
all should get a tritium vial.
What is tritium?
It's H3.
That
Wait.
out.
H3?
Yeah,
H1N1?
helium. It's a tritium. It's it's a radioisotope of.
Is it like crystals, but for
hydrogen?
scientists?
Just Google tritium here.
I don't know if I want that in my algorithm.
Dude is 71 and looks better than you at 50. You'll listen to him over and over. Okay, that's cool.
Tritium? It makes me young again.
No, not tritium. It's cool. It's like a little.
The NIH website, how you can go and you can pull up any of the papers on the NIH.
NIH, NCBI.
Yeah, they're open source now, man. You have to
Some of them
ask.
are. Not all papers are though. Like
You have to ask the ones you want, and you can go get them.
not all papers are though. Yeah, he's categorically terrible.
But isn't that
idiotic
like
human?
isn't that like a
But he looks good though.
isn't
He's a
that
terrible
like
person.
a,
But he looks healthy. I'll believe him.
well, he's definitely healthy. There's no arguing that. But isn't that kind of like a miscategorization to try to
People
say
in
I'm
their
not,
90s that smoke
I'm
over
not
a pack a
listening
day.
to this guy who's not a scientist when he's not claiming to be a scientist, when he's just referring to scientists. He's just a messenger. Why are you shooting a messenger?
Because I don't think he should have ever been in there, and I don't think that he's an advocate for science or for the American people. I don't think he gives a fuck about like
But
the
doesn't he
overall
just-
safety of the
doesn't
American
he
people.
Doesn't he just point to the scientists and their work and their finding?
Mm-mm.
Isn't that what he does?
No, he's like gutted the CDC, and he's
I didn't
gutted
ask
like
that.
these
I'm
advisory
talking about
panels.
where he gets his.
It's
where he
terrible.
gets his-
I don't want to talk about it.
his
You know
conclusions.
what? I think, you know what? Go ahead and do your little. I think great. Just it's going to be great. I'm just going to keep believing in my science, and you can believe in that, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Let's just believe in
Does it remove? I
Yo,
hope
Power
it
of
does.
love. Thank you.
Believe in
Just
love.
because a Harvard study doesn't mean that it's viable. There's a lot of shitty studies that Harvard has done. There are a lot of studies done at Harvard that have been non-conclusive. Just because it happens at a very nice institute doesn't make it valid.
Yeah, I read about a study at
Bad.
Steve's
I don't-
college.
I'm very glad.
Pseudoscience
that
can
I'm
take
super
place
stoned for this
anywhere.
whole-
And you know what? They
What
took
is it, Brian?
I'm very glad that I'm super stoned for this whole thing. So
Yeah, me too, buddy.
Take it
I'm
easy.
out of here. Later, guys.
Take it easy, Brian.
This is my
And
Friday
I
night.
think people questioning it and wanting to have more definitive answers is fair. I think that's super fair, considering for over the past 15 years, there's been countless studies from left-leaning sites reporting on it. How it's just these are all different studies over the course of a 15-year span.
those aren't papers that are cited.
No, these are articles that are writing about papers.
Probably
that people
referring to the
publish.
same study that's not true, but
No, because there's the John Hopkins one. There's like if see that you write stuff off so
Sloan
quickly.
Kettering and Johnny Hopkins. are
because I've
leaking this shit
learned
all day.
how to mine
Yeah.
information accurately.
I'm not mining information. I'm just pointing out where people's concerns come from. And like we established earlier, how the business side of the medical industry creates a lot of dishonest results and bad practices that harm us because of that proven history. That's 100% the case every day of the year for as long as any of us have been alive. You now have a society that's smart enough to question what they're saying. And now we have a reason to question something. It's nobody saying there's a definitive answer. They're saying question it. And as it was reported by the demon Robert Kennedy, he said, we need more conclusive answers.
Question intentions. You question the intentions of the pharmaceutical industry. But the thing is like, it's an invalid study. No, I think if it ain't
100% pops.
if it shows that it's not like an article that's been published in a peer-reviewed journal, it ain't a study. I know. I'm explaining the Terminator.
But here's the thing: is like just because they are brilliant scientists doesn't mean that the work that they're doing for Weyland-Yutani isn't going to result in aliens being all over the fucking earth. Okay, and that show might suck, and it might have ruined what was great about it at the beginning. But look, there's a parallel right there. Brilliant scientists have been known throughout all of history to be involved in nefarious bullshit.
Right. I mean, look, it's all about
Jurassic Park for
the
fuck's
funniest
sake.
part of this entire conversation is
Frog
the fact
DNA.
that the company, we can take all of our bias away and just take the idea that the company itself in question stated out of their own mouth that our product should not be taken by this group of people at this time, and anybody on the planet would tell that company, yes, your product should. Yes, your product should.
They didn't come up with ancillary studies to prove it.
The funny thing is, like, anyone who has any critical mind capability knows that they said that because they know the dangers and they are like taking the money, but they're covering their ass. It's that simple. Like, who the fuck can't see that and know that? Take all your bias away. That's common sense.
This is about
the company that makes it told you not to do it.
Trying to put the cause of autism on mothers taking the only pain reliever they can during pregnancy.
Not saying the cause of autism. I'm saying that there are
bullshit. Actually, I think autism is caused by dudes' balls and the temperature of their balls at the time that they yeet. So we actually need to
we need more ball warmers.
I wonder if it's not just the temperature. I wonder if it's the humidity around, and there's something about the Amish community that they have a good humidity level.
You should. Well, the Amish community doesn't get vaccinated, and they don't take medicine.
So they're really good at building. They don't have autism. They're just not fucking diagnosed.
They just inbreed. They're just genetically inbred.
If you watch the Theo Vaughn interview he did with, because he'll just randomly interview a public bus driver. He had the Amish kid on there, and they actually talk about that, how that's something that they're aware of in the Amish community, because it's actually talked about in the Old Testament of the Bible. So they're very aware, and they have safeguards in order to not inbreed in the Amish community.
Yeah,
We're sicker because of the society that
they're
with the
not coming
society that
through
we
on
create,
I
but
deal with
not
that
because of the advances in medicine. We're sicker because we're a fucked up society that values money over the quality
Carolyn,
of life.
how is it that you're so confident that you have the answer to this without having the answer to this? Because you said
Because our
we're
food
sicker
isn't
to this,
food.
not because of this. This I know it's not the case, despite not knowing why it's not the case. But it's just because we're fucked up. That's such a blanketed concept. We're just fucked up.
Our problem is our food isn't food, and we're just putting medicine in our
Exactly.
bodies to try to solve things that
Right.
just cause
Instead
more
of
problems
correcting the
overall.
system, instead of saying we have a systemic issue that makes everybody sick because we're unwell as a society, instead of saying, oh, it's your fault, take an antidepressant. Oh, it's your fault that you're fucked up. No, it's the system is broken. If we fix the system, then people are going to not be depressed all the fucking time.
The problem with, look, I've been
Problem is
depressed most
systemic.
of my life, but I can tell you that the cure for that is not a pill, and it's not self-pity.
No, it's revolution.
It's getting your ass out the fuck of bed, putting the sunshine on your face, putting your feet in some fucking grass, and going and fucking doing things with other people. That will cure your depression.
Like usurping the ruling class. Get outside, touch grass, usurp the billionaires.
Maybe just start smiling, and then the world will seem not so bad, and then you can start improving your own life, and then by proxy the lives of those around you.
You better be the right person fixing it, or you're not allowed to fix it.
Yeah, you got to be one of 8 people or like 12 families. Isn't the point? It's the lack of antidotes. Bring back Flintstone vitamins. Yeah,
we do the Flintstone vitamins here. The kids like
Flintstone vitamins are awesome.
We're getting strong and growing.
You shouldn't be eating that much zinc. And those didn't get red without red 40.
I used to take Flintstone kids when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I took them as an adult too.
Now I take women's multivitamin.
There you go.
That's what's happening.
You can put a
multivitamin, you might see our side on this.
The Flintstones on there and get the same effect.
Yeah, I need to carve out a Velma.
Yeah, Flintstones kids.
Getting strong.
Grow up big and strong. Did y'all see where people are having the knee-jerk reaction and people are just downing Tylenol on TikTok as a result of
I know, I
the
love
announcement? That's weird. Isn't
Tylenol what you take when you can't take anything else?
On the ventilator right now from doing it.
The problem is that doctors were directing people to take Tylenol. This is what you take if you can't take anything else. And there are certain situations in which you should not have been fucking taking it.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing: is that you can't you cannot take ibuprofen during pregnancy. I'm not sure like what the
surgery
how many. Let me just ask.
You can't take it. I can tell you that.
How many people take it anyway because they don't fucking know or weren't told or don't pay attention?
When I feel terrible and I have cramps.
But like, take it under situations where you shouldn't take it.
Oh no!
Because you don't know the difference between Walmart acetaminophen and name brand Tylenol, or you don't know the difference between Advil and whatever that is. Like, you don't.
A lot
know the
of
difference
people these days.
Because one is $3.99 and the other one is $12.99. Like, people don't know the difference.
You look at the formulations and they're the same.
Oh, you're talking about people who can't fucking read for the most part.
That's
like,
not my problem.
It might not be your problem, but you can't be a bleeding heart liberal and then not care about the people who your heart bleeds for.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's why I support education. They'd be able to read and understand the pills that they could fucking.
It's a little too late for some people.
Movement is the best thing for arthritis,
right? And then then you got to take into consideration how many immigrants don't read or speak English and only know that they're on a limited income, and one costs $12.99, the other costs $3.99,
and they're the same formulations if you look at it.
And that's what the people, because the people that you said you love it, they're not just taking one in defiance. They're taking, like, people are just
Tylenol causes liver damage.
Massive.
I'd be more concerned about that
That's
And
what
then-
the woman's in the
It's not going
ICU
to turn you
on a ventilator
autistic. It's
for.
going to turn your kid autistic. So what do you really even care? It's
Exactly.
not you.
Fuck your
That's your
kid, man.
kid. It's somebody
kids you
else's
have.
problem altogether.
We're not gonna. There's
Why
no
do you
future.
care about your child's
Nothing.
condition? It's about
I'm
you.
sorry.
It's not
I'm just
about
a
the
man.
children.
I don't have to raise that kid. That ain't my baby.
cut a
That's
check.
your baby.
Yeah, but keep in mind, you're gonna have to pay for that kid.
The fuck I will.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'll
You
just
sure about
transition
that?
to a woman and win in fucking paternity court. They'll make
I
a woman
can
pay
talk to
child
you guys a
support.
little
It
bit
ain't
about
happening.
paternity. I know a little bit about that, but that's for a different time and place.
But I would never pay child support. I got my daughter when I got divorced, so I didn't have to worry
It's
about
probably
that.
easier just to raise
But
them.
if they were like, you have to give this bitch a check, I would have just quit my job. I have no problem being a
Pull
homeless
yourself
bum
up by your
to not
bootstrap.
pay that woman a dime ever.
You might need to get extra bootstraps if one's not working.
I don't want any bootstraps. I'll take my boots off. I will wiggle my toes in the mud like a fucking hobbit.
I think there's a lot of people that bust their ass, and it's still not sufficient.
Dude, I go to a job where like 2 of my staff no call no shows every day.
That sucks.
Like
I'm
what the fuck are these people?
I've had a lot of employees that worked under me at multiple jobs, and there is a ruling sense of laziness that is getting more and more as time goes on. I think that it's going to be a shift.
Parents to blame for that.
Well, there's a lot there. Like, it's not a one thing. Social media, the invention of that, like parents and all that. Like, I think also like I think we have a lost generation. Like, I think
there's a mindset of met.
Things come in trends. Like the early 90s, you had like the grunge era. Then after that, you kind of have like that. It was kind of cooler to be that stereotypical frat boy for a little while, and then like you have all these shifts. I think we're about to go through this weird lost generation that's hitting the workforce right now and everything. But then right behind it, I think is a lot more motivated. Like have more of a positive ideology toward the country, toward life, toward work and everything. Every generation is going to have different degrees of their values and stuff. But I think we're in the middle of like the people hitting the workforce are probably one of the lowest ranking ones we've seen in my lifetime. And right behind it, we have a pretty strong one because the ones behind it see them and think gross. And then they're going to come up, and then the ones behind them after a few years are going to look at what they do like, I don't want to do that.
There's a level of entitlement amongst these Gen Z kids that's just
big time,
like completely bonkers in my mind. Like,
I think it's like we're seeing the first generation of kids that were raised by screens alone.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
But
and
anyways, I gotta go.
Like
instant gratification.
The people that are coming up now
it's
are coming
the cheap
up
dopamine generation.
Well, that's the thing is you said it's got about pay compared to standard of living.
Yeah.
But before, like if you start low and if you work hard, you get paid more.
How long has pay been $7.25 an hour?
Look. Well, it's not. It's $15 an hour minimum wage in Maryland. So like
not in Tennessee, it's $7.25.
Cool. Get out there and vote. I don't think raising the minimum wage is a good thing.
Well, just right here,
that you can get paid the same that I'm getting paid where I'm at. Where you are.
Here in Augusta, you wouldn't be able to find if I gave you $1,000.
I made $7.25 an hour right when it changed.
Right now and find a single company that pays $7.25 an hour, despite minimum wage being $7.25 an hour. Not a single company pays $7.25 an hour.
Corporate minimum.
It's
a DG baby generation.
Yeah,
exactly.
Businesses are paying what they can offer.
I think what Sledge says is absolutely right. Like,
so they don't pay
be a dick to your kids. If you're a dick to your kids early, then you can be friends with them when they're grown.
Yeah,
but you cannot be your friend.
Yeah,
like
I love my kids to death, and I enjoy hanging out.
I hated my parents so much
more than anybody else, and we are not friends.
They were such dicks, and now like I'm grown, and it's like. You're a dick, but I love you and thank you.
That's how me and Pops are. Like I love hanging out with Pops. We go to cons and we talk every day and see each other numerous times a week. And I don't look at him as my friend. I look at him as my father, which I think is I think I value a lot more being able to have him as a father that I
value the time I get to spend with them now. Yeah. It's really important.
I think it's a
remember as a
different
kid
dynamic.
not
It's a
liking
deeper
my
dynamic.
dad coming with us to things because, like, I knew that, like, if I was gonna go with my mom and my brother and sister to the mall, and then we were gonna have dinner at TGI Fridays, my mom was probably gonna buy me something at the mall, and then me and my brother and sister were gonna be fools at TGI Fridays, and we were gonna have a good time. And if my dad was coming,
You'd have to be good.
we were not getting a fucking toy, and we were probably gonna get yelled at TGI Fridays.
Yeah.
And
That's
as a
accurate.
kid and as an 8-year-old, those are two very different experiences. And when you can see the delineation there, that it's like, okay, you start to appreciate what my father brought to my life.
We all have roles to play as a family unit. It's important we all play those roles, and you don't do it from a place of malice. You do it from a place of love. Like what a woman brings to a household is something a man can't bring, and what a man brings to a household is something a woman can't bring. And
Dude, mom rage and dad rage are different. Mom rage and dad rage are different based on
one's emotionally based and one's not.
That's not true always. Like
Well,
dad is physical
always.
threat. Like your dad, I feel like he could kill me. Like when he says something, it's like, okay, well, he'll snap my neck. And my mom, it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna feel guilty for a week. So yeah. My dad was a physical threat. My mom was a psychological threat.
One's discipline and
Wow,
one's an emotional event that happened that you're scared of for a different reason.
What happened to you? What did your dad?
Yeah, if mom's mad, mom's sad. If dad's mad, he's definitely not sad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you haven't met my parents. My mom was the Iron Shield. My dad was. Don't worry about it. That was my dad.
Yeah, and Kevin, this is a great point for the people. There used to be a time not long ago where you were really limited by your environment. You know, if my job's not getting me to where I want to go, but I'm in a small town, there are no other jobs available that pay more. But now in 2025, there's literally zero excuse because everyone has a cell phone. Literally everyone, even homeless people have cell phones. And with a cell phone, you have full access to the free market of America. And so many jobs are online jobs or call-in jobs, or you just sit behind a screen. So there's literally no reason. Like, you might not be what you want to do, but you can do something to get yourself to a place to find a way to do what you want to do.
Well, the market isn't wide open in that way. I mean, I spent some time unemployed, like looking just about everywhere. And
you were
really
in a position
expanding
where you didn't have to go to McDonald's though. Like, you were able to look for
I was almost at a point where I was,
almost.
Yeah, but there were as far as
I just got something in the mail.
Opportunities, they're all out there, but who's hiring and what they're hiring for and who they're looking for is
to be clear, HVAC, electrical, and plumbing are always hiring. Server jobs at restaurants are always hiring.
Yeah.
So there's some stuff that is always.
See you later, Izzy.
I'll see you guys.
All right, Izzy. Yeah, we just hit the 11. We just hit the 11 o'clock spot. I want to see if Caroline's going to bring back and show us what she picked up. And then after that, might make like a baby and head out.
Yeah, I gotta watch Peacemaker.
I'm excited to hear your thoughts on it. I'm sad that I have to wait a week to find out.
Well, you can already hear that I didn't like Alien Earth, and that I'm disappointed.
Yeah, you didn't want to talk about it. I was, after episode flashback, I'm like, what is going on here? This is really, and it's just, and I said after last week, I said the finale really has to do a lot of work. Has to carry a lot of water to make this work, and it went the other direction. And I called it. I said they're going to leave this wide open ended, and they're going to announce a second season pretty fast, and they're going to wait on viewership numbers to come in, which I'm sure will justify a second season. Shitty shows that don't get nearly this much exposure get second seasons.
I'll watch a second season just to see where it goes, because the tone of it is what I want. You know what I mean? It's just like story-wise, it didn't go where I wanted it to go in any way, but tonally, it's still what I want.
AR says, look, you can negotiate a ride, a place to live, and education, and good pay. You will do fine. Sure, four of those things have to negotiate against people who do that for a living, but it's fine. We are responsible for those things. Yeah, you might not be good at it, but where there's a will, there's a way. The job field that I'm in, what I do for a living, people go to school to learn how to do that, to pay money to do it. I didn't go to school to do it. There's wills to the way. I'm not college educated, as Caroline will remind me every day of the week.
No, I don't actually. I don't. I tell
I'm just
you, like,
picking
if
at
you
you.
want to
I'm
learn
just
about
picking
something,
at
take the
you.
course.
No, what do you say? The post grad laboratory. That's the phrase. Which I
I
completely
don't like.
get where
So
you're
for
coming
you,
from.
I have never said that to you ever.
You
Because
say it to me
I've
all the
never.
time. I just
And
repeated the
the
phrase
thing that
exactly.
the fact that you said that to me is something that it sits with you because I haven't ever.
I was just trying to make a joke.
Eats
Just
at you
to-
or something. I don't know.
I just have a good memory. That's all. But I was trying to make a joke just to pick at you.
Okay.
No, there's nothing that picks at me at all about being more autodidactic than anything. And I think it bothers you because you like to use the argument from authority fallacy, a literal logical fallacy, and you don't see that you do it. So it does the opposite of picking me. It makes me sad when we have those conversations and you discredit a topic, not based on my opinion or my thoughts of it, but just based on the fact that that person's not a lab trained this or that, which has no merit.
It's just that there's no evidence that exists. Hold on.
Well, hold on, let me make you big. I see a DC logo variant already. Oh, sweet.
Steel.
Yeah.
I
have
this
the
for my
issue
buddy.
1 on the DC logo variant of that one.
Justice League.
Oh, I see where we're going with this. Who did the cover art on that? Wonder Woman looks awesome. Is she a Siggy on there?
I don't.
All right, we'll get back to it next week. Let's go. Some Claremont. Yeah. That was a weird book.
Yeah, so I picked this up.
What year did that come out?
The Seven Sons, like 96, 97, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe even earlier.
Not a very strong time for old Claremont.
Look at that back cover, the Batman Forever.
95.
Oh, one of my best friends has a master's in anthropology. He built houses his whole life.
Yeah, I mean, anthropology, like, what are you going to do with that?
Exactly. Like this education.
My brother's halfway through his fucking doctorate in psychology, delivers pizzas.
College is a scam. I was asked by people with master's degrees.
For certain things, it really is.
College can be a massive scam. Fact.
Yes. Like
some
you
people
see a lot of
into
people
debt
in
just for an
factories that are
experience.
like, "Oh, I got a psychology degree," and it's like, okay,
I have a psychology degree. I was a bartender for almost 20 years.
yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that's the when people say it's a scam, that's kind of like where they're going. Like there's a overwhelming majority of people that whatever that they get their degree in is not their field of study, and they spend all that money for nothing. But you can always argue the experience is worth the money, but that's a personal choice.
I like the Jordan Peterson level of importance on college is that it's still like top universities are still where most people
Put that back up, Carolyn.
meet their partner in life.
What does it say on it?
This is just the product number. So this place I go, like, this is made by a place called County Com, and they do contracts for the government for different supplies. And the leftover from their like contracts from making like supplies for the government is sold on the site. And so like they're really good products and shit.
That's really cool. Send me the link to that.
Yeah, it's the County Com. That's where I got my tritium vial and this knife, honestly.
That's super cool. We
yeah.
get a lot of the samples, like companies that make pens or stationary stuff. They'll send stuff to the business that's just little samples.
Put it in the chat. It's a really cool
drink
site.
that tritium?
That it's tritium, yeah.
Are you gonna drink it?
AI is knocking out a lot of jobs in the medical field, not necessarily brain surgeons, but for example, the X-ray technicians that read X-rays that pass them off to doctors for the final say-so. Those positions are getting knocked out. They're using AI to read results and stuff like that. They're cutting out the middleman, and it has an excessively higher degree of accuracy than the humans that were doing it beforehand.
Once she gets that job, she's going to be employed for life. My sister is a nurse. You're never going to not have job opportunities. So what she's doing is people are going to be sick. They always are. So honestly, she'll be okay.
He's saying it's a needed course. He's agreeing with you there.
Yeah, but I mean, all right. Like my daughter's brilliant.
Tell her to hang in there.
She's studying history and art history, but like then she tells me about this fucking paper she wrote on sexuality in feudal Japan. I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything in the world?
Like, that's hot.
I just don't understand. Like, I mean, good, I guess. Like,
I gotta go.
You want to learn?
I got something at 10:30.
What worthless knowledge? Yeah, I gotta get out of here.
We were waiting on you to see what you got in your mail, but it's past the 11
Oh
o'clock.
yeah, that's what I mean. That's all I
Okay,
got.
cool.
There's one more thing in here. I'll open
Did you
it.
drop the link? Oh, I see it.
Yeah, Joe, go there, y'all. It's got a lot of
Oh, you
really
need
cool
that?
shit.
Yeah, just send it to me in our
I'm gonna
messenger.
get me
so I
some
can-
tritium.
Yeah, County Com. It's got a lot of really cool stuff.
I swear when I get off here, I'm gonna Google what the fuck tritium is.
Let's see, what is this? I don't know what I got.
Is it a comic book?
Oh,
Ooh.
little bondage. 133. Okay.
I like how the light pole's bent.
Lady is a bomb.
bomb.
She a bomb.
Yeah. Cool. All right, dudes, I
He
gotta
just
go.
knocked out.
I'll solve the world's problems later.
History and
Lift
art
out.
history. She wants to work retail.
Dude, I told her, she said, I want to work in a museum. I
safe,
said, they have a word for
girl.
that. They're called volunteers.
Yeah. All right, Drew. I hope you
All right,
enjoy
man.
it. Are you going to watch it before you
Yeah.
crash out?
That is what I'm going to do next. Probably eat some chips and fucking watch Peacemaker.
Yeah. Well, enjoy. Shoot me a DM. Just let me know what you think of it. I'm curious. It's
man.
it was a good episode. It's balls to the wall from here on out.
If it's sometime around 9 p.m., that's when I passed out and then woke up and remembered
gotcha.
to be like, this is what I thought about Peacemaker.
Yeah. All right, homie. Take it easy.
Take it easy,
I'll
man.
see
Thanks for
everyone
having
tonight
me.
at 9 o'clock on In the Mix, DJ Lynch's channel. Peace.
See you.